Oh yeah, Black Sun in the hizzle, oh for shizzle dizzle. We got an excellent show here today. We got Nyame coming on, so we're gonna wait on Nyame. But before Nyame, while we wait on Nyame, what up, Twin? Give a shout out to Twin. Um, hmm, got a debate with Asar. Yep, got that debate with Asar. Yep, Black Sun talked all that shit. And yeah, Sar hurt me. So yeah, Sar said set it up. And Sar and I have a very interesting topic. We have a very interesting topic. We took Sar out of his comfort zone and we took Black Sun out of his comfort zone. We're gonna do guess what we're gonna have fun, y'all. We're gonna have fun. Me and Sar, we're gonna have fun. We're gonna debate music. We're gonna debate who is the greater guitarist, Jimi Hendrix or Tony Iommi. Now, y'all know when it comes to these musical debates, I go against the I go against the because no last time I had a debate with was Tupac the greatest or was Fela Kuti the greatest revolutionary. And you know my opponent always takes the popular choice, which Madon Kemet took Tupac. So this time Asar is taking Jimmy. Oh, yes, Asar's taking Jimmy, twin. I'm taking Tony Iommi. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And I know how y'all niggers thinking. How dare Black Son bring a white boy to SBDM? Well, there's a reason. There is a reason why I'm bringing Tony Iommi. And there's a reason why I'm saying he is a greater guitarist than Jimi Hendrix. Jimi Hendrix is a great guitarist, but Tony Iommi is a greater guitarist. So y'all want to get your note, get your pens and your notepads, and y'all want to take notes because we're gonna get right to it. It's gonna take, it's gonna be a normal format debate, 5 minute opening. Trevor, shout out to you, Trevor, and a 10-minute premise. And oh, trust me, y'all gonna learn. Y'all gonna learn who the greater guitarist is. Oh yeah, it will be good because twin, you know that I'm the underdog because automatically, yeah, people think Jimi Hendrix, Jimi Hendrix. But because people have been programmed to say Jimi Hendrix, they don't even know why they say Jimi Hendrix. Like Asar just blurted out, Jimi Hendrix, he doesn't even know why. Again, Jimi Hendrix is a great guitarist. He learned how to play left-handed upside down. Good feet, good feet, very, very good feet. But y'all gonna learn some things about Tony Iommi. I'm assuming a lot of y'all don't know who he is. I always like bringing artists who nobody knows, especially the black community. So y'all gonna learn who he is, and then y'all will determine if he is a greater guitarist than Jimi Hendrix. If Tony Iommi is a greater guitarist. What up, Deacon? What up, Deacon? So yeah, we were just waiting on Inyame. Inyame said 8 o'clock. I believe his. Did he say 6 o'clock? Yeah, we're gonna be discussing Alex Jones, and I don't know if y'all have seen that. Shout out to MD. MD turned me on to. I hadn't watched Alex Jones in years, and so he put me on to the interview that was supposed to be Ye and Alex Jones. Allegedly, Kanye West and Alex Jones. So it was Ye West and Alex Jones, and the guy Ye had a mask on. So be there in a minute. Okay, Inyami. Okay, so Inyami's coming, y'all. So yeah, he's got newborn, so he's coming. But yeah. Oh yeah, let me drop the link. I'm sorry, I'm sitting up here talking away, didn't even drop a link yet. But yeah, y'all check that out. Go to Alex Jones. I think it's Infowars.com. Go to Infowars.com and it's up, man. Kanye. doing his thing, man. Alex Jones doing his thing, man. It was very entertaining. So I'm assuming Nyame, you know how Nyame gets down. So um, I guess Nyame gonna come on the arena and give Black Son a thrashing about that. Shame on you, Black Son. You know what Kanye did was stuff. So I'm gonna hear it from Nyame. Nyame's the elder. So we welcome Nyame, man. So yeah, and I was so glad. And Yame said, first he said, let's debate it, and I was like, oh boy, I don't know if I want to debate it. Then he said, let it be a discussion. Okay, cool. I can do a discussion. I can do an open discussion about it. I don't really want to. Gosh, oh, I got bad. Ooh, I'm not gonna mention, but ooh, eating a lot of spicy food. Anywho, yeah. I don't want to laugh or cough too hard because yeah. Whew. Anywho, yeah, yeah. So we're gonna talk about that tonight. We're gonna discuss, the situation in Nyame. Like I said, I have a take on it. I'm sure Nyame has a take on it. Him being the elder of the community. Um, I'm gonna have a different take, of course. Let me just say this: the views and that the opinions of Black Sun does not reflect that of my guests or the arena. So yeah, I'm just gonna give my take on it, and I actually think it was genius as a marketing strategy. I think that uh, both Alec Jones and Kanye have to keep their name out there and be relevant. As you know, Alex Jones went through a lawsuit with the Sandy Hook situation, and Kanye, of course, he's lost endorsements. So, is it a was this a concoction to put their names out and get a lot of views, you know, or was it a raving? Was Kanye just does Kanye need meds, or is Kanye trying to tell y'all something about the mainstream media how we dealing with this Ukraine situation? So I want to go with the first and the latter. The one in the center, that would probably be the popular opinion, like, oh, Kanye's crazy, Kanye, blah, 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 this and that. But Kanye, I'm gonna say this. If he is dealing with Alex Jones, and I think Kanye is no dummy, I think that they see how the media is pushing this whole Ukraine thing. And um obviously we know about the Ossoffs. The Ossoffs are out there, and we are supporting Zelensky, which that money that goes to the Zelensky is one of his top brigades in his army are the Ossoffs, and the Ossoffs are Nazis. This is a fact. This is not some secret. They are neo Nazis. Most of a lot of after World War II, a lot of Nazis moved to Ukraine. So we're talking about second, maybe third generation people that were actual Nazis. So yeah, we're gonna deal with it tonight because I wanna definitely hear I mean Inyame's take on it because I know Inyame's got a lot to say about it. So yeah, Yami, I got the link. I just sent it. But yeah, we wanna just have a discussion about it. And anybody wanna jump in, y'all can jump in. Y'all know how we do this is the arena, so you can jump in and um discuss the topic, and we can see what is really going on. What's going on with Kanye? What's going on with Alex? What is going on? Is this related to the Ukraine situation? We will see. Hmm, we will see. So yeah, because the media is pushing us to support Ukraine, and it's funny because y'all might have heard Kanye ranting as some madman. I heard Kanye reinforcing what the mainstream media is doing to you guys subconsciously, which is supporting Nazis. So, you know, but hey, you know, Let's let's deal with that tonight. We'll deal with that tonight, and we won't be long. We'll probably do an hour show, and yeah, we'll talk about it. We will talk about it. And so, okay, so while we're waiting, again, real quick, if y'all apparently, twin, you familiar with Jimi Hendrix, so you're not familiar with Tony Iommi. So this is going to be a learning experience for you. And just for the fact that you just said, "Oh, Jimmy," I expected Asar to do the same thing, and he did. And in fact, I originally wanted Madonna Kemet to bite and take Jimi Hendrix, but Asar took Jimi Hendrix. I'm like, oh, beautiful. Thank you, Asar. Thank you, thank you. And so, Asar, I think you'll do okay. I think you'll do all right. I think you're gonna, but Asar, you have no tabloids, no fake news media to go to. You just got to go strictly on research on both of them, on both Tony Iommi and Jimi Hendrix. Quite naturally, I already know about Jimi Hendrix because I've been wanting somebody to bite this debate for a long time, even long before I even came to this video. Yes, yes, that's right. That's right. Yes, but we want to see what your musical knowledge is like, Mr. Asar. We want to see how your musical knowledge is, how much, um, not only playing guitar, but do you know the technical side of guitars? Do you know? That's a good debate. I would, I would have took Jimmy. Oh, and that's cool. I'm glad you would. Most people will take Jimmy. Most people will take Jimmy. Trust me and Yami. But I got an angle, and I expect people to take Jimmy. I don't expect no less from anybody to take um to take Jimi Hendrix, especially the black community. Like the black community just says, "Oh, Jimi Hendrix," and don't even listen to Jimi Hendrix music. I listen to Jimi Hendrix music. I'm very familiar with Jimi Hendrix. I'm very familiar that he was in the Isley Brothers. I'm very familiar with his whole career, him moving to England. I'm familiar with all of that. Okay. Now, what we got and I don't know. I guess Tassar he must either knew about Jimi Hendrix. I mean, Tony Iommi, or he Googled it, whatever. But the thing is this: he don't know Tony Iommi like I know Tony Iommi. You know, he's gonna do his research. He gonna find out a little something, something. But oh, it goes deep. Oh, it goes deep. But he's got plenty of time. You got plenty of time, Asar. But you got to build your case for Jimmy. You got to build your case for Jimmy. So hey, what up, Trevor? So I got to debate with your boy Asar, who is the greatest guitarist. So I know you're coming in late, so I'm gonna let you know the title. Who is the greatest guitarist? Asar jumped out and said, Jimi Hendrix. And I said, yes, I knew you would say that. I knew you would say that. And of course, I chose Tony Iommi. If you don't know who Tony Iommi, tune in, Trevor. If you don't know who Tony Iommi is, Nyame, tune in. I think Nyame might know. Nyame old school. But the rest of y'all, twin, I don't know you. I don't think you. I don't think y'all know. I don't think y'all know who Tony Iommi is. Y'all gonna learn. Y'all gonna learn. Just like y'all learned about Fela Kuti being the greatest revolutionary. I'm not gonna dwell on the past. That debate between me and Madon Kemet, between Tupac and um Fela Kuti, y'all didn't know who Fela Kuti was. I introduced y'all to Fela Kuti, and now y'all have a different perspective when y'all hear the term revolutionary artist. So it's going to be the same thing with this debate. Y'all going to learn what defines a great guitarist. Okay, y'all going to learn what defines a great guitarist. Just being black and putting the name out there don't make you great. Makes you a great performer. Jimi Hendrix is a great guitarist, but he's not as great as Tony Iommi. And I'm going to prove it. I'm not going to prove it. I'm going to show it, and then the evidence is going to speak for itself. Like I said, and yeah, Asar wanted to be part of the movie. So he's part of the movie. You know, he pressed Solar about dang debating me. Good job. Good job, brother. So yeah, he's gonna be in the movie. I'm gonna be debating people's perception because y'all were taught. Y'all were taught, don't even know who Jimi Hendrix is, but was taught, just heard through the grapevine, oh, Jimi Hendrix. So y'all automatically assume that he's the greatest guitarist, not knowing why. You guys say he's great, but don't even know why he's great. Okay? Jimi Hendrix is a great guitarist. Don't get it mistaken. He's a great guitarist, but not greater than Tony Iommi. Y'all gonna learn what a great guitarist is. So yeah. So anywho, uh and Nyame,
Peace, peace. What's good?
what's good? Before we get into the topic, Jimi Hendrix.
Oh man, man. Now I love Jimi Hendrix. I grew up. My
Oh,
mom was the biggest Jimi Hendrix fan, but why I would pick Jimi Hendrix? Because I did a music debate in year two on
oh,
the
okay.
'60s, and Jimi Hendrix was a part of the '60s.
Yes,
To
sir.
me, Jimi Hendrix created an entire lane for music.
Okay.
That, to me, he was the creator of that lane, and I don't think nobody did it like that since he did it.
Really? Okay.
Yeah,
So Jimi Hendrix created a lane.
yeah.
Okay, okay. Dang, I wish you were back in the league, man. But now
I
you probably
know,
whoop
I
my
know.
you probably whoop my ass though. You boy, you probably whoop my ass. So Jimi Hendrix created a lane. Okay, Jimmy, because I know you watching Asar. I see you. I see you, Asar. I know you watching Jimi Hendrix because you know he's sweating right now, right?
Yeah, yeah.
He's sweating right now because he's not he's musically inclined, but he's not musically inclined. Meaning, I'm willing to bet that he's not a musician. And not that you got to be a musician, but um, well, no, I take that back. You have to kind of be a musician, but I'm gonna break it down. I'm gonna break down some things and simplify it. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna show some like you said, a lane and all that. I'm gonna
Yeah,
present all that. Um, you
right, right.
know
Because the thing is to convince, you have to convince the judges that
that's right.
if you get too technical, you lose them.
No, I ain't gonna get too technical. It's all gonna be relatable. It's all gonna be relatable. It's all gonna be tangible and edible. Trust me, I'm not gonna get too technical. I wanna. Um, there is maybe one technical part in it, but it's gonna be so simple a 5-year-old can understand it. So I'm not gonna get too technical, Yami, but it's gonna little just a pinch of technicality, just a pinch, but not too much, and not nothing that'll go over nobody's head. It'll be something that'll be tangible for everybody, So yeah, I'm definitely gonna simplify it for not only the judges but the audience and even my opponent. I'm gonna simplify it the best as the way I can, and once he sees it, he still might think, you know what? I'm willing to bet he don't even now. You know why Jimi Hendrix is great. I don't think he knows because he's as far as about my age. So uh, I don't know. I don't know. I don't think he really is into Jimi Hendrix. He looked like a more of an R&B type. He looked more like a Aaron Hall and R. Kelly. He looked like one of them types. So yeah, Asar. So I don't think he really knows about Jimmy like he think he does. So yeah. All right, Winyami, let's get to this topic, man. Let's get to the topic, man. Shit.
How you started off? Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. I'm about to get an ass whooping from Winyami.
No, you said something that made you said that Kanye was brilliant, and that's what I said. What? Let's. But I didn't know why you were saying it, so I want to talk
Okay.
because I want to know why you were seeing the brilliance in this. That's the whole point of this discussion.
Okay.
How
Okay.
come
Good.
you see the brilliance? Where do you see the brilliance at?
Okay. Well, let's start with keeping your. Okay. So it's layers. So let's start at the first layer because there's several layers to this. Layer one, you know, Kanye is losing money, so he has to get his name back up. And right now, what keeps people's attention is controversy. He got with another person, Alex Jones, who just went through a lawsuit. He has lost money, and so they came together and was like, "Well, how can we get them put our names back out there?" And they brought about this. If you look at, I don't want to say it was structured and planned, but let me just say it was brilliant. Now here's the other layer. If you pay attention to the media, now I'm assuming that Kanye listens to Alex Jones. Now some people say, "Oh, Alex Jones is a conspiracy theory." One thing we can say about Alex Jones is that he, like myself, thinks that the mainstream media manipulates and controls people. They control the narrative. So you deal with the conscious and subconscious mind. And jump in anytime, and Yami, if I'm sounding too crazy.
No, the first part I
Okay.
could give that to you.
Okay.
I could give you a brilliant move as far as getting your name out there,
Okay.
keeping your name relevant. I'll give that to you. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I can
Okay.
see why you would say that there.
Right. Second part of that is that because if you look at a person who really looks at this whole Ukraine thing and really do their research, they'll find out that we are supporting Nazis. Let me say that again. If you do the proper research in the proper channels, you will know that Ukraine, the side of Kiev and the side of Zelensky, they have a battalion called the Azovs. Those are Nazis. Like there's no debating. They're Nazis. So you look at it one level, like, okay, we're supporting Ukraine. Oh, we love Ukraine, this and that. And then Kanye comes along and say, I love Nazis, I love Hitler, this and that. And when you look at him, shock. But if you look at people like Alex Jones, and if Kanye's on the same level as Alex Jones, they're throwing back in your face what the media is doing. Like the media is telling you to support Nazis over our former allies. Our former allies during World War II was Russia. And now we're turning against Russia for some Nazis? It's not that deep, Inyami.
See, I don't think Kanye is thinking that deep.
Well, okay, what about Alex Jones?
Alex Jones might know. See, my view with Kanye
Yeah,
is that he's a parrot.
right.
He's parroting information. That
Yes,
that's what I feel about Kanye. And the information he is parroting is the Christian right, which
yes,
which Alex Jones is a part of. Because
yes.
I wish we could play the that interview. He kept saying, "I'm a Christian, and
Yep,
we got to get back to Jesus Christ
yep.
and put him first."
And Jesus is king, and Hitler was a Christian, which is a fact, and the Nazis were Christians, which was a fact.
Right, right. So this is what to me it's it's a dangerous position Kanye is putting himself in, and then people are following behind Kanye because it's that Christian right BS to me. To me, especially with you got to put Jesus Christ first. That's that
Right.
psychological and mental manipulation where where we got to make America great again. What you mean we got to make America great again?
Right.
When we get back to the Christian values,
Right.
and you said the Christian values is when you guys was hanging people from the trees,
Right.
when you had the
Right. Because
segregation.
KKK were Christians.
exactly.
Right.
We all know the picture of Jesus saves and everybody in the clan suit, and 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 we all know that America is the teachers of the Nazis. So to me, we talk about Nazis.
I ain't gonna
We're
let you
talking about,
slide without saying Margaret Sanger. You got to throw Margaret Sanger in there.
yeah, Margaret
Okay.
Sanger, the Ford,
Yes.
the Bushes.
Bilderbergs. Yes.
Yeah, yeah. And they hide behind this Christian identity, and to me, that's what Kanye is pushing, trying to hide behind the truth is Christianity. And he kept saying that, and I'm like, they're trying to recreate Christianity and oppose the the Jews. Just like it's the same playbook. You have the Jews on one side that represents progressive liberalism, the Christians, the white Anglo-Saxon Protestant Christian side.
Right.
Those
Right.
two sides are at war, and then we, as black people, we are in the middle of it. We're in the middle of these two uh, ideologies at war with each other. I think we need to stay out of their war and create our own lane.
Okay, so in the video, I did mention this because when I thought about it. I said, man, and Yami probably heard me compare this to the Howard University Dr. Khalid Mohammed moment.
Yeah, I heard that. I definitely heard that.
Right. And of course, who is Khalid Mohammed dealing with at the time?
He was dealing with the Jews. Yeah, yeah.
Right. So could this be Kanye's West way of dealing with a similar situation that Khalid Muhammad went through and so many other black people go
No,
through? No?
no,
Okay, 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 okay,
no.
okay,
I,
okay,
I, I don't see it.
okay.
But go ahead. Finish the thought.
No, 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 that was my thought. That was just my question to you. Because like I said, when you had said, man, no, we got to talk about this black son, that was the first thing I thought about. I said, oh shit, he gonna check me about the Khalid Muhammad moment. But it was I wouldn't say it was exactly the same, but the context was similar. Would you agree or disagree?
I disagree, Black Son. I
Okay,
really
okay,
do.
okay,
Now,
okay.
now, before this happened, I supported Kanye because I thought the Jews was attacking him there was no just cause for going after his
Right.
money like the way that
Yeah.
they did.
Right.
It's a show of power.
Right.
To me, Kanye, being kind of arrogant, he put his foot on the gas and said, I'm gonna get with the Christian right because I know they don't like you. Just like he couldn't imagine Adidas dropping him. Remember, he said, I know Adidas not gonna drop me. And Adidas did that.
Right.
So
Yeah.
if I could talk to Kanye, I'm saying at the end of the day, they're gonna unite against you, Kanye. They're
Right.
gonna make
Right.
sure they stay in power, and you're gonna end up with no power.
But didn't they unite against Khalid Muhammad?
Yeah, oh, yeah, yeah.
So that's okay. And I guess I'm not really expressing it correctly. And y'all made what I'm. Well, oh shoot, we got okay. EJ. Hey EJ, what's going on, man? What's going on? Long time no see, brother. Okay, EJ, you can jump in anytime. He's on the UK, so he might be having little
Okay.
difficulties. Yeah, yeah. But okay, go ahead. Yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
To me, the Christian right is using Kanye as a mouthpiece, and I don't think he knows it. I think
Right.
now I'm not a multi-millionaire like Kanye. I'm getting some feedback.
Oh no, that's
Yeah.
EJ.
Oh, my bad. My bad.
EJ's
You get some feedback? Okay, let me
just a
put this
little,
on
just a little
mute.
bit. EJ, just a little bit.
Okay, I'm just thinking. I was just saying Kanye is being used by this Christian right ideology, and to me that's driving him because he's thinking, man, I'm standing for Jesus Christ, and
Right.
Jesus Christ got my back, and
Oh.
So that's how I'm seeing it. I said, man, you're gonna be led to the slaughter with this, Kanye.
Oh yeah, yeah. You know what? I agree with you, and yeah, I mean that's not a good strategy. Damn, that's so he's like approaching this like a 12-year-old then, man. That's not a good strategy. Damn.
Yeah, but because he's looking at where else is he gonna go? I mean, where does a multimillionaire go when he's being attacked? I mean, he can't come back to the hood. We don't have that type of money to protect
No, no, no. We ain't got that
his
type of
millions.
money. Mm-mm. No, no.
But the rhetoric of, they're trying to take our freedoms and all that. I mean, to us, they always been trying to take our freedoms. This is
Right,
nothing new. This is something we've dealt with since the beginning. But his rhetoric is that Christian right. We have to protect our heritage. Our forefathers gave us the Constitution. We have to protect that because they are in a cultural war with the liberal, and we know that the Jews are the head of the liberal movement, the
right.
progressive movement,
That's a fact.
and the Christian right want to make sure they hold on to their power. But in the middle of all of this, here's black people again. We have to choose between these two different sides that never cared about us in the first place.
Right, and you know, it's a very slippery slope in Yame because um, in Yame, when you deal with Kanye and when you deal with the black community, I want to say, and you could either agree or disagree with me. For the most part, we're conservative people, wouldn't you say that?
Yeah, absolutely. We're conservative.
Right. So, and this is just a quick question. So, why would we? I mean, you're right, both sides, but I mean, if it came down to describing which side fits our culture, wouldn't you say it was more conservative to the right than as far as liberal to the left, as far as all
It
this?
it would it
Li-
would be more conservative, but the conservative didn't want us to be a part of their party until recently.
right, right, right.
They didn't care about our issues. The conserv and blacks. My father is a Reagan conservative, so
Ooh, you're Reagan. Ooh,
I
shoot.
grew up
Okay,
in a conservative household. So I'm not talking from what I don't know.
and
Me
that
and
don't
him,
surprise me. There's a lot of black Reaganites, man. A lot
yeah,
of yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah,
We
yeah.
we, we would battle, and they would say, I'm even back then, oh, you trying to leave your Christian views, your Christian values.
Yeah, exactly. Play that Christian guilt trip on you.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Yes, yes.
But to me, it's a trope. It's a Republican. They don't really care about that stuff.
Thank you.
To
And y'all
me,
be
they
trying
don't.
to.
They don't really care.
I
Um,
gotta ask you this question, and y'all may. Is it only black people and poor people that really care about religion? Do the rich people really care about religion? Do the world
as
leaders
a
really
means
care about
of
religion?
controlling, as a controlling people, that's how they care about it. As a means of controlling people, it's the best way to control people. If I can control you mentally through
I
religion,
got
I don't have to build too many jails. I don't have to hire a whole bunch of police officers. I don't have to worry about you fighting back because all I have to do is make sure I have enough preachers and bishops to go around and tell you the best way is to obey your masters or your
you. Obey.
rulers,
Yeah, that's
for
right.
they are the handiwork of God.
Thank you. And so you think Kanye is obeying that mentality right there,
That's what
that
I
trope.
think is at hand here, and they're using that.
Boom.
But
Ooh
I'm
man.
mute and let EJ come in.
Okay, okay. EJ, what's going on,
Yeah,
man?
yeah, yeah. Now, what's going on, man? Long time. What's on, Black Son? How you been,
Um,
bro? You alright?
man, been good, man. Been good, man. How's things over in
Yeah,
UK, man?
yeah. It was over here, man. It's cold. Like they got the over here. We was watching the England versus Sierra Leone game, football game,
Oh, that's
soccer
right.
game, whatever. Like you call it. Yeah,
That's
England won
right.
3-0, and USA. I think USA is still in. I think they're still in. They haven't been knocked out yet. So yeah, that's what's been going over here. Like you got the box and everything like that. But I mean, I watched the Alex Jones and the Kanye West interview. I watched the whole thing entirely, yeah, and I was like, bruh, like I was looking at this guy and I was like, his journey is crazy. Like he came from obscurity
Yeah,
to you know what I'm saying to culturally icon, and now you just
yeah.
you look, bruh, like you on that. What's that girl? Stacey Dash. He's on that
Stacey
Stacey Dash
Dash. Yeah,
vibe. I'm like, yeah, that kind of like outcast black person who everyone used to be cool. Like he's still there, but it's
yeah,
like, bro, you can't believe it's there, like wearing the mask and stuff. And I remember Prince used to do something like that. The artist formerly known as Prince because of the
yeah.
label. And I was thinking to myself, like if you got a problem with one guy or a couple of maybe they are Jews or whatever they are, like
Right.
you
Yep.
should have a problem with them. Why cast the whole race out, bro? Like, and my man just mentioned, about Khalid Mohammed on the talk show about the Jews, what he said about the Jews. It's the same thing, bro. Like, it's like, you know what I mean? Okay, saying something and it's true, and then the backlash from it is one thing. Like, there's ways of doing things, and I'm like, bro, going on Alex Jones and saying what you're saying, Christian value, we need to be Christians. I like Nazis. I'm like, yo, okay, you like Nazis, yeah? Yeah, I like Nazis. I like Jews, but do the Nazis like you? And another thing as well, I was gonna ask him. Your first political statement was George Bush. I remember he said George Bush can. I can't remember. He
Hmm.
said something about George Bush. It was years ago. And I was like,
Yeah.
has that changed? Do you still feel that way, George Bush? Because how's Trump different? Most people would say like Trump was worse than George Bush. You know what I mean? Like, but at the same time, like your political balls on Bush, and like you've gone completely the opposite way of where you are. Like, and it's like you look at him and you see him talking with a mask on, and it's like, bruh, like it's like I used to listen to his music and everything like that, and it was this inspirational, college dropout, all that, and it's like, bro, like you know what I mean? And it's hard to grasp. I try to listen to it like intelligently and try to understand where he's coming from. But bruh, like you can't be saying you love Nazis and you damn know they don't love you, bruh. Like what are you talking about? Like how can you say you love Nazis? Nazis don't love you.
But
And then if certain Jewish people, as far as I know, I didn't see them hanging people off trees. They do other things. I know they was involved in certain things, but I don't see them hanging off trees and stopping, and that Jerry Jones picture stopping people from going to schools and stuff like that. I didn't see none of that. I see them serious racist people. So are you supporting them people, or we need to be Christian? Well, they're the same Christian
right,
people. Fuck that. Sorry for swearing. Emmett Till. You know what I mean? Like, come on,
right.
bro. Like, what we doing here? And not you're down in Texas with Alec Jones and the guy you're with. Like what's going on? Like somewhere I think along. This is where I think went wrong. That Kardashian girl, somewhere along the line, that Kardashian girl. I in my mind, I kept thinking that's a man. I think that's a man and turned him out, completely turned him inside
Oh
out,
damn.
and made and
Oh
made and
damn.
made him yeah, and completely because it's like I remember that statement he made about George Bush. He said George Bush is killing. It doesn't like black people. I can't
Yeah,
remember. It was
yeah,
something
I
like
got
that,
that.
right?
Yeah,
And
yeah,
then
yeah,
from
yeah.
that point
Yep.
onwards, he was the hottest thing ever when he made that statement. And I think I
Yeah,
remember when he
yeah,
came out on stage, it was Taylor Swift defending Beyonce, right? I remember that whole
yeah.
thing, that whole
Oh
thing.
yeah.
And
I
then
remember
Doug
that.
with Jay Z. I mean, his timeline is like, in terms of black people, it's like, yeah, you that dude, bro. You're doing things like, yeah, yeah, you're being a trendsetter. But this one here, this is like border where Prince was at, where Prince was the artist formerly known, where the record
Right.
label. See, he never said the Jewish people. He said, he like you're so you call Ye. Like, so you don't even call Kanye, you call yourself Ye now. And he was doing net Yahoo, so he had a net and he had Yahoo to drink. And actually, that shit was funny as well. Like, that shit was funny. I ain't gonna lie, I thought that was funny, right? You know what
That
I'm saying?
was
But at the
funny.
same time, what weren't funny is like, yeah, I love this good. There's yeah, Hitler done good things. I'm like, bruh, like yo, okay, what did it? Yeah, he done this, he done that. I said, yeah, but bruh, look at the other side of it. And I know the funny thing about it, right? If you really think about it in context, though, the Germans wasn't targeting black people; they were targeting Jews. I mean, that's the one they killed. But somewhere along, black
Hmm.
people was involved in that. So for somehow that we have to feel, and we should feel the pain of Jewish people because we've been put in that situation. But they get in conversation and black people up. So my hope is Canyon. If you have a problem with the individual Jewish people who are been condemning, why you sue them? Why are you condemning the whole race? And then you're
Right.
siding with the people they hate, like you're saying the Nazis. And up to now, where's your Nazi friends? Because I mean, the guy sitting next to him, apparently they said he's racist. I don't know the guy, the white, the little young guy. Every time
Yeah,
Kanye was
yeah.
stuck, he asked the white guy to talk. I don't know too much about his background, but I was like, so where's all your Nazi friends? Because like, and you know the thing is, what was uncomfortable for a lot of people watching? It's like, what are you trying to raise up? I mean, what are you trying to raise up? Are you trying to like? Because black people sitting there. I mean, you're still black, bro. As far as I mean, you're culturally black from that identity.
Yeah,
And you
but
mentioned Khalid Muhammad and things. You don't win. This situation doesn't win. Hate doesn't beget hate. Like there's no win in this situation. All it is that you're just gonna be ostracized, condemned, and then try to tear down. Are you like you know what I mean? But I'm a Christian. I was like, yo, Christian people were the same people came with the boats and took slavery. Christian people, the same people killed Emmett Till and stuff like that. Like, I mean, what are you talking about, bro? Like, I mean, there is this. I mean, the reason why I come on because I listen to a show quite a lot, right? And you and the rest of the
yeah,
guy, Jaeger, and the rest of the
yeah.
guys, all of you know what I mean? I support. I always thumbs up, back on your sister Nandy show, right? And I was like, I sit back and I listen to this one. I gotta jump on and just give my piece, and I say, Ye or Kanye West right now, like, you know what I mean? Like, you can't even give him a hug because you just sit there, you're like, okay, it's easy to say people is having a mental. I don't think he's having a mental breakdown. I think he's been systematically, slowly brainwashed, and thinks his reality of life and his money is being condemned.
Okay,
Like everyone, yeah, go ahead.
okay. So you say he has been brainwashed.
Yeah,
So
he's brainwashed.
what's
He's
the
been
difference?
brainwashed. He's been,
Okay, so EJ, what's the difference between Kanye being brainwashed and people supporting Kiev and Zelensky? What's the difference?
well, that's the same sort of thing. I mean, you have fanatical fans. They believe that, and they're full of Nazis as well. That's the Nazi. Everyone knows about that, and that's why people kind of
Oh,
back
so
Russia
everybody
because
knows. Wait, hold on. So
yeah,
everybody
I
knows
know
that
about it.
Zelensky.
Yeah, I thought because what it was, I heard the what's the Emperor of Lies speech by Putin, right? He was
Yeah,
translated, and then he
yeah,
started talking about they have white power symbols all over, and I was
yeah,
like, right, and I was listening to this show, so what white power? What? How come this is not put out in mainstream? But they don't want you to know, so they pull it in subtitles and they said. It's completely been ignored that the area he comes, that's where the Nazis are, and
yeah,
they're not there's a push of Nazi things, and so Nazis is on the rise. It's on the rise over there in the
yeah.
Ukraine, but yet
That's right.
Jewish people. But the funny thing is, Jewish people, some Jewish people on it. That's the thing I think people don't understand. Remember, Jews and Nazis they work together. So there's some Jewish people actually collaborate with the Nazis, and obviously some of them didn't. But then in terms of the old word of
Let me say
killing
this for the
people,
record.
they
You have,
yeah,
yeah,
I
for
mean,
the record,
you have collaborators all over the place. So there's some people
not
who are
only you
cool with
had
it. There's others.
collaborators, DJ, you had Jewish Nazi soldiers. You had black Nazi
Yeah.
soldiers.
That's it. Yeah,
Okay, all right.
exactly. So
That's
exactly.
on
So
record, right?
and that was never put out there. And those you obviously see with Zelensky, he's a puppet to that regime, and Russia's not having it, right? And we're like,
No.
yeah, because look, and then you look at the bigger body of the picture. Russia was never part of the Atlantic slave trade, and so forth and so forth. So now you look at that whole situation over there in the Ukraine. You're like, yeah, yo, after Ukraine, f what their situation is. We don't got black people don't support that shit, and Africa don't support them either. Yeah, damn right.
No.
Now you look at
No,
Kanye
in fact,
West. It's like,
they tried to get Somalia and Ethiopia to jump in the war, and they're like, "Yo, that ain't got nothing to do with us." No,
I
like in
know
fact, we
that's what I'm
got our
trying to
own
say.
grain.
Yeah,
Yeah, they started to go in
yeah,
their
they
own grain because
exactly.
they saw them. Yeah,
That's right. Yeah, Africa. They want to know part of that. Like that's a European colony trying to take
yes,
over and wipe out, rape peoples, and Russia's the last bastion to give because they were still giving money to. They gave money to Cuba, bruh. They was the one who helped out Cuba
yeah.
and to turn Cuba not into a hell. They tried to turn Cuba into the Caribbean, the whore of the Caribbean. And they got rid of them Italians and their nasty ways, and they rat them out. And the Cuba come as a one of the most respected, dominating boxing capital of the world, you know what I'm saying, and respected by Fidel Castro. So what I'm saying is that when you look at Kanye West, the information programming into his head of the information about all these information, I think the brainwashing was silly. Because remember again, when certain people reach a certain celebrity, there's certain circles they move within cults, and it's a constant
That's
slow
right.
burning that this is the way to be. And I feel like the people, rich people to the point they don't talk to me and you in terms of like where our brains are. We look at someone like Khalid Muhammad who's like, yo, this guy's a freedom fighter. this guy's saying the right things. But then you look at, where did he get with it? You know what I mean? Where did it go? It has you can point out the racism and stuff like that. This guy doesn't like me. That guy doesn't like me. Okay, cool. So we're gonna do about it. Well, you look at the Japanese, like they got bombed by the Americans. They didn't sit and complain and say these people are racist. They never had. They didn't ask reparations. Or they simply just build their country back to one of the most powerful thing. And too many people are complaining about this, that, the other. I look at Kanye West and wearing that mask. He's a coward. When like the Gimp, when people pointed out like the Gimp from Pulp Fiction, he's so weak, right, that he has to wear a mask on his face to get his point that he ain't even strong enough to look in the camera and tell people eye to eye. And that's because he's been systematically broke down and brainwashed by sleeping with that beast of a woman. And what happened to Lamar Odom being with the other sister? I mean, he looking cocaine, whorehouse. I don't know if he was doing that beforehand. I know he got turned out as well. Bruh. You know what I mean? And it's like, I don't know what them women over there doing to them brothers over there, but any brothers go near there, it's like they just been turned out. And the power of the woman can do that. She looks innocent enough, but man, my God, I don't know what she got between her legs, bro. But anyway, Kanye should be held responsible for his own actions. And his own actions to me is and I've always said this, like whoever offends you, in my opinion, you should address them. I don't think you should address them as a community. But you're saying Jewish this, and then you're saying Nazi that. But these people don't like each other, and you got no business in that situation. What's your problem? If you got a problem with the record company and you feel like they controlled you, then address the record company, bruh. Make your own. Why don't you build your own company? You've had enough money. Why don't you build your own company and do things that you like? Where you're going with this, it's like
hold on, now, EJ, because Michael Jackson tried to go that route and they took him out. Michael Jackson. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, don't you? Michael Jackson tried to go that route, tried to do his own thing, and Prince. He tried to get his own. He got his own masters. He got the Beatles masters. He got Elvis masters. Like Michael Jackson was making moves, and then next thing his doctor poisons him. I mean,
but let's look at Michael Jackson, right? Michael Jackson he come like a corporate entity. Everywhere he got, he just took from other people. He used to mess with Quincy, right? He left Quincy. He used to mess with Paul McCartney. He took Paul McCartney's masters. So everyone gave to him. He took. He didn't give back. Another thing as well. What's his name? Boogaloo Shrimp, formerly known as Turbo, Turbo and Ozone. Some of the moves that he taught him, he never gave him credit for the moves. So Michael was constantly taking from other people, not giving back. So when Michael got to the point where he had like statues of himself and he's number one, Michael never thought to the point he needed anyone. You know what I mean? Michael was going to say he could do it all by himself, right? He can do it all by himself. So when he at the top of the mountain, I feel like him and Prince would have been great. They could have done a song together. They were going through the same situations, but they never made a song together. Why? Whitney Houston, Michael Jackson, Prince. Why these people icons? Why didn't they sit down and say, we were going through the same bullshit. These people be taking over us. Like, we're gonna make our own shit. Just let everyone know what's up. You know what I'm saying? We could have did that. We could have did that. But you know what it is? They all look out for themselves, man. When they got to the top, they weren't trying to help everyone out. Like Michael, for all his influence and stuff like that, he was very selfish. He was very selfish, bro. And another thing as well, what was disturbing about Michael is that his dad gave him everything he got. Like his dad, but yet when he got the chance to put out there, the first thing he did is condemn his dad. My dad used to beat me. Hell yeah, your dad used to beat you, bro. He used to beat you, give you discipline to make you great. If you look at Floyd Mayweather complained about his dad used to beat me, and then years later he goes, "I'm glad you beat me, bro. You've made me a millionaire. You made me discipline and respect." In a household of African American or Caribbean, you get beat. That's the way things are. But in the day, like he could straighten you out as a man, or you could go the opposite way. But that's the form of discipline, yeah. So my thing with Michael Jackson is that
who did get beat in the 70s?
Pardon?
I don't know. I don't know. But I was saying, what black man didn't get whoopings in the 70s, in the early 70s?
Yeah, exactly. Everyone got whooping. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, go ahead. I did. That's right. Go ahead. Go. You talk though. I put myself on mute though. Go ahead.
No, I don't have much more after that. I was just chiming in on that. But you named three people. You named Whitney Houston, Michael Jackson, and Prince. All died in their 50s. I
Hmm.
mean, music icons. And you're correct, Black Son, that whenever you try to go and take control of your own masters, it seems like something happens. And so
Right.
it just Kanye is going down that same road, but it seems like they always they think for themselves. I mean,
Right.
I don't know what it's like being a multimillionaire. You probably are very arrogant. I built this myself,
Yep.
but eventually, eventually they're gonna force you to humble yourself. I mean, we've learned this lesson. It, it comes down to we just have to learn how to build our own. But back to what we talked about with this Kanye West issue,
Hmm.
it's like they're forcing us into their war, into their ideas, and they're just gonna turn around and throw us back on the back burner once again, throw us back at the bottom. It's just like the communism debate. Like I'm big on Cuba. You know,
Yeah. Yeah.
it's not a rich place, but when Angola had their war, Cubans sent warriors to Angola to fight with the
That's right.
Angolans. It was
Right.
Cuba, but they told us the communists was some horrible people, and many of us believe that.
Right.
We we didn't think for ourselves, and I'm and what I'm saying with Kanye, to me, what messed his mind up, it could have been Kim. Who knows what she got, but I think it's that Christian right identity, that Christian right um, theology. It messes your
Right.
mind up.
Well, I agree with that, and I mean wholeheartedly. Um, do you think that? Damn, and I guess because it seemed like a lot of brothers and sisters that are in the entertainment world, it's almost like their education is limited to whatever, you know what I'm saying? It's like they've been like a like even like a Condoleezza Rice or something. They take them and they kind of isolate them and educate them on what they want them to know. So
Yeah,
maybe Christianity, the extreme, the angelical is all that Kanye knows, that all he can relate to. You know what I'm saying? Because you know how black people relate to Christianity in this country. And I mean,
right.
let's just keep it 100. You got people who are diehard Christians, even on the internet. I mean, yeah, we've seen it here on the arena. So, it's like, how do you, I mean, we can look at Kanye, but we could turn around and look at people next to us that are just fanatical. I mean, hell, with the whole religion thing, man, it's just, man, I mean, because I keep hearing
Like
Christian, 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 Christian. I mean, we can put this with the Hebrews, we can put it with the Muslims also. I'm just saying.
no, we can't. I'm just saying in this point of view, that interview, that's what stood out to me. Like
Right,
I don't. He kept saying, I don't know if I'm black, I don't know if I'm white, but I know I'm a Christian, and we must
right,
uphold Christian values. So he's identifying as a Christian, and he has his ideology.
right, right.
I look
Yeah,
at Ben Carson. Ben Carson, a brilliant surgeon,
yes,
but I seen a show where he was talking about Noah's Ark and
yeah.
like, man, here you a surgeon. I know you had to go through biology and learn about evolution, and you talking about Noah's Ark?
Right, right. Well, you know who really threw me through a loop was Neil deGrasse Tyson. He was on some like comedic stuff, and I'm like, dude. I mean, like it really kind of is similar, kind in Yame. The whole comedic and Christian thing are kind of similar too. When you talk
Yeah,
about,
yeah.
yeah,
I'll have to hear that with Degrassi. I didn't hear that one.
it was. You know what? I'm gonna have to find it, and I'll send it to you, or I'll play it one of these days. But yeah, deGrasse, he didn't really go deep into it. He wasn't like an Uncle character or nobody, but he kind of like was like, well, what if? And then he just kind of, and I was like, dude, this is not Neil deGrasse's lane, man. I've been watching Neil deGrasse for years, man. You know, I watched him even when Carl Sagan took him under his wing. So that's why when I heard, I was like, "Whoa, what are you doing?" And I think that Neil deGrasse, man, he got on the internet just like Kyle Irving and heard some damn Hebrews or whatever, and just got lost. They ain't never. I don't think they've never seen this stuff before. For us, we've seen this. We've been seeing this
Right,
for
right,
years. We've been
right,
seeing this stuff since the SETI days, so it's nothing new to us. You
right,
know, what we do, what we see is not new to us. But I think these celebrities who have been in a bubble all their lives, they get a hold of the internet and they see like ISUPK, they're like, oh wow,
right,
oh,
right, right,
I think they get excited. You know what I'm saying? And it's like,
right.
yo,
And
you
that's
know,
exactly what happened to Kyrie.
yeah, that's exactly
Kyrie,
what. Yeah,
he probably was sheltered all his like because he's a
he was sheltered.
basketball prodigy.
That's right. They're all sheltered. Yeah, all them celebrities are sheltered. Michael
Yeah,
Jackson was not the only one. Yeah, and so they get on the internet and see like Captain Tazaria. They're like, oh my gosh, you know,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. And
Shout
all he did, he just put the link in because he probably never we're the Jews. I never heard
right.
that before.
Never heard it.
That's a
They
good point.
never heard it.
But you see that whole thing on Twitter, they blew that up, like make the man apologize, but they
Yep.
ain't gonna say to Jerry Jones to apologize for what? Like for a actual picture, he actually shared something, but they was after Kyrie for the flat Earth and. But you see the thing about Kyrie is like, yo, he's trying to like he's learning and stuff, trying to give other people knowledge and stuff like that, and trying to learn about himself. And it's like, yo, they're gonna condemn him, and like they didn't say nothing about Jerry Jones or anything like that because he's rich and this, that, the other. But it's easy to pick on a basketball player. So there's a narrative out here that to keep the media. It was after LeBron James, then it was after Russell Westbrook, and that went on for. And now okay, we're gonna go after Kyrie. It's a constantly theme of attacking NBA rich but NBA players and making them
Right.
work. And Stephen A. Smith is the catalyst. You know what I mean? I remember he was at the draft, the NBA draft used to be there when David Stern used to introduce the players. And I remember when it was the draft with Dwight Howard, who was the number 1 pick over Emeka Okafor, who just won a college championship for Connecticut. And he was like, I think they made a mistake. Remember again, yeah, that the people at the front office, these guys are basketball geniuses. They know what they're doing when they picked. Obviously, Dwight Howard from the Orlando Magic is a Ball of Fame Hall of Famer. Like Emeka Okafor was a good, solid collegiate athlete, but not on the same level as Dwight Howard, obviously, and they knew that. And Stephen A. Smith was making seem like Dwight Howard was like, I think they made a pick. They should have picked Emeka Okafor, and it was the worst day for Dwight Howard. And they moved him. They moved Stephen A. Smith from the draft, and they put him on a TV show. And because that's where he found a niche. Because remember, this guy's just hustling to stay relevant. You know what I mean? So then he started
Right.
degrading. Him and Charles Barkley degrading and putting that. I mean, Charles Barkley did it all the time. He's always hating. But
Right.
then Stephen A. Smith's like, okay, I'm gonna do some of that, and that's his whole thing. His stick is putting down NBA players, bigging them up sometimes, putting them down, defending rich people, and he does that just because he doesn't stay relevant to stay on TV. And it's like, these are the things what go on now. In terms of Kyrie, Kyrie's an easy one because he puts everything he does out on Twitter, on social media, and because that's the era you're in, Instagram. So it's like, oh yeah, what's Kyrie doing today? What do you do? And they ask him questions about, oh, you shared a thing about yeah, black people are the real Jews and stuff like that. Like how is that offensive? It didn't offend no one. I mean, Zab Judah wear the Star of David. Like James Toney used to wear the Star of David. So what's the problem with Kyrie saying that? Oh, he needs to condemn it. He's anti-Semitic. I mean, man, and that's what Kanye is saying. It's like, I'm gonna say what I want to say, and there's nothing you can do about it. But then why are you wearing a mask though, man? Why are you wearing a mask though, bro? Like, you can't even look in the camera. You're safe though. So it's a new day in America. In America, where you look at yourself, it's like there's other ways of getting back at the media, and it's easy to say the guy is mad and stuff like that. But end of the day, that's how he's fighting back. He's fighting back by wearing a mask and Netanyahu and all them things. They're hanging out with Trump. He's been ostracized, and most of the people he hangs out, Alex Jones ostracized. So they're all the ostracized people. They're all on that platform hitting back at the mainstream media because they've been blackballed. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it is really.
Right.
I think he's just
Okay.
being a contrarian, as you say.
Well, MD, man, MD, if you got a chance, man, come on. I don't know if you're driving right now, but MD said you have to look at this interview politically. I'm telling you right now, Ye is trolling the white people. He is not to be taken seriously, not even the Christian dynamic. I think that's very interesting. I think MD's making a very good point there. What, I mean,
I mean, if Ye would have said, we need to follow Muhammad and make Hajj in Mecca, and we need to support the Saudis, I would still say the same thing, that he's off basis. Why is he inserting himself into Arab Muslim disputes? They're using him, and I think they're using him. I mean, that's my opinion. I don't have definite uh, uh, facts behind me, but I think the Christian right is using him, feeding him this information, and he see that it's an opportunity for him to stay relevant. But I just think it's a dangerous position because I don't trust the Christian right and I don't
right,
trust the progressive left.
right. Neither side. Right. No, I get that. You know what I mean? Hey, MD, if you could come on, man. If you have a chance, jump on, man. We love you. Yeah, come on if you can. I know you're out there driving, man. Be safe. Um, so let me ask this question. Um, because I know EJ mentioned about a group like okay, because Alex Jones being ostracized, Trump is being ostracized. So do you think in Yami that uh, Kanye's a feeling maybe some type of brotherhood ship because they're being ostracized too? So that's why he went to the Alex Jones show because of what they're doing to Alex. Maybe he feels like, well, dang, I'm going through that too. I see what Alex is going through. I see what Trump is going through, and I know both of these guys. So I mean, what say you about that situation?
Yeah, I mean that could have been motivation for him.
Okay.
That that definitely could have been motivation, but the I don't think we can get around why he said he was there, and he was there to promote Jesus Christ. I mean
Right.
that's
Yeah.
that's what he said, and
Hey,
I believe it.
we got some people here on YouTube that be promoting Jesus Christ. So I
No,
mean, that's
I
not
know, I know that,
that's not too
I
far
know
fetched. That's not too far fetched, and Yami. So we can point fingers and laugh at Yami, but there's people right here on YouTube that do the same exact thing.
I
Begging
know,
Jesus,
I
Jesus,
know
Jesus,
it,
Jesus,
and you can imagine how they think, how he's thinking.
death. Man, they want
So
Jesus. Yeah.
that's just my take on it. Um, and who knows, man? When I learned, I can remember all these cats was talking about how bad Russia was, how bad China was,
Yeah, yeah.
and in the eighth grade, uh, I had a teacher. No, not the eighth grade. It was 11th or the 12th grade. A teacher told me to read up on China and do
Okay.
some studies. I studied China. I read up on it. I read how Nixon was doing business in China in the 70s, and that this whole thing against communism was a show. They was doing business with the communists, even though they was telling America
Right.
to stand down against communism. And they was doing business in China. They was helping
Yep.
China to become this great economic power,
That's
even
right.
though they was telling us China was this communist nation. So he was telling me things aren't always the way that they appear. You have to dig deeper. And to me, this whole thing behind the scenes, they could be working together.
Right, and I'm glad you said that because the people up top are doing business, but it's like Trevor left a comment here. Bingo. Only poor people care about religion. So then they feed that, oh, well, Russia's bad, China's bad to only people who it don't even matter to. Because the people who are doing the business they go to Qatar, they go to Saudi
Right.
Arabia, they go to China, they go to, I mean, hell, when Trump when Trump met Kim Jong Un and they crossed that border, man, they were talking business, man. Because Kim
Right.
Jong Un had a big smile and Trump had a big smile. They were both cheaping and they like, hey, you know what I'm saying? But
Right.
let the mainstream media, Trump's gonna start World War III. He called Kim Jong Un fat. But then how did Trump, like, there had to be a conversation for them to
Yeah.
meet up. And they just
Yeah.
like, yo, man, well, they high fiving and everything, they hugging each other. So no, man, it seemed like only poor people are going with this narrative and running with the narrative, just like they run
Right.
with religion.
Right. Right. Like
Damn.
when I learned Nixon was sending Kissinger. No, not Nixon. No, it was Nixon. Nixon sending Kissinger to China to
Yeah.
set up business deals.
With
I
Mao
was like, wait
Zedong.
a minute. My dad was telling me about the communists, how bad, and he was a big time Christian.
Yeah.
They all thought that Gorbachev was the Antichrist,
Right.
and this was the end times, all that kind of stuff.
Right.
And these people were doing business with him. The world was nothing like the news, the churches were saying. That's when I learned, like, man, there's things going on that people talking about that's not even true.
So Nyame, because you know your boy Assar be drinking the Kool-Aid. So you didn't drink the Kool-Aid when they said Putin was trying to invade Ukraine. You didn't drink that Kool-Aid, did you?
Oh me? Oh no, no, I didn't.
Because your boy Assar came on here and I was like, damn, he was bleeding Kool-Aid. I was like, dude, there's no invasion. What are you talking about? Okay, granted, he did not see the debate between me and Blue. And if you didn't see the debate between me and Blue, shame on you. But it's like I had to change the whole narrative around. Shout out to Trevor. Trevor's like, oh man, you're open and this and that. Like I said, I had to do everything because of the narrative. It's just like this whole Jimi Hendrix thing. Most people, aside from yourself and Yami, oh, MD's here, man, man, man. Let me get MD on. Hey, MD, what's going on, man? Jump in whenever you're ready, brother. I know you're on the road.
No, no,
Hey,
no. I'm actually home right now, but y'all continue on. I'll add on to the conversation.
okay, well, jump in anytime, MD, because man, it's hot right now. And Yami, for the
What's up?
most part, let me just ask you. When they heard Jimi Hendrix, how many people do you think actually heard of Jimi Hendrix and actually know about Jimi Hendrix? They just heard Jimi Hendrix. Oh, you Jimi Hendrix.
Hardly nobody. Hardly
Okay,
nobody.
okay, that's all I'm
Yeah,
saying. And I'm
yeah,
saying
yeah.
your boy Star, he ain't heard of Jimi Hendrix. He
Yeah,
can't be a musician and say that Jimi Hendrix is better than Tony Iommi. You can't be a musician and say that. But I'm gonna show y'all in that debate.
okay. Yeah, yeah.
Now,
You take it more technical. I'll my debate. I will be more social. The social impact of these two guitars. That's how I would look at it.
social impact. You mean
Yeah,
like socially with black people or white people? Or does it matter?
I'm talking globally. Just
Globally.
humanity.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Ooh, man, you might have to get back in the league because you know I'm gonna spank a star on this. But that is no, I don't you call you say socially. Okay. Socially. I hope you're taking notes there, Sar. Hope you're taking notes there because you're gonna need them. So socially, okay. So you think Jimi Hendrix? Okay, okay, interesting. Okay,
Like even to me with the debate between LeBron and Jordan, even though Jordan
yeah.
had a more social impact, I think LeBron could have it's just his character is not there, but LeBron could have a more social impact because of the type of guy that LeBron is.
Mm,
I,
right,
I
right,
I like LeBron because of the person that he is and what he brings to the game of basketball,
right, right.
as opposed to just the technical talent within the game.
I mean, I know. You know what? The way you're coming, Anyami, from what you're saying, if me and you were to debate, it would end up being perspective.
It would be perspective, yeah.
Right. The way Asar's coming, it's not gonna be it. The way I'm coming, it's not gonna be perspective. I mean, it's gonna be perspective, but it's gonna be He's gonna get sideswiped. You know, like Blue did. He gonna get sideswiped.
See, I'm not trying to get pointed to Asar, but what's your guitarist name? What's his name?
Tony Iommi.
Yeah, I will study him. I will study every parts about him. I will study his life. That's how I would look at it. That's how I would
Right.
take. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but at the same time, he's got to build the case for Jimmy. You can't just come to a debate and say Jimmy's the greatest of all time, and then
Right.
you
Right.
can't. I
Yeah,
mean, so you got to still build. He's got. I've already studied Jimmy. Like Jimmy is great, but there's some factors in there that Tony has over Jimmy, and I'm gonna bring it during debate, and y'all gonna be like, "Oh, whoa, wait a minute." Yeah, it's gonna be one of those moments. It's gonna be one of
we'll,
those moments. Yeah.
yeah, we'll see.
Because let me just say, I don't want to give too much away, but they both had left-handed guitarists, so they were limited on that. They didn't have left-hand guitars. I'm gonna just leave it at that.
And right, and so
Jimmy had to learn how
I
to
knew
play
that.
upside down.
I knew that about Jimi Hendrix and being a
Oh,
left-hander.
yeah, left-handed.
We
Yep.
tend to create our own way
Yeah.
because
Oh,
because there's no other.
cool.
They either tell us to learn right-handed or we have to learn ourselves, and so we become didacts in other things in life because it's like, man, we had to do it our own way anyway. We had to create our own lanes anyway.
Right. And I give Jimmy that. I give
Hey,
Jimmy
yo,
that.
check out Black Son. Take notes.
I'm taking no, because I don't know, because first of all, Asar's watching this show too, so he's taking the same notes I'm taking because he really did. He don't know anything about Jimmy. I already know that now. So he's got a temperature here to climb. I know Jimmy. He definitely doesn't know who Tony Iommi is. I know Tony Iommi, and let me tell you, most musicians, when you learn the story of Tony Iommi, which he's going to do tonight. I'm sure he's going to study, but he's going to lack on his history of Jimi Hendrix. Jimi Hendrix got the full history too. He's going to be trailing behind on his debate. I guarantee that. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. And it ain't gonna be so technical. I'm not gonna lose y'all. Y'all gonna be right here with me. Y'all gonna be right here. Trust me on that. EJ. Okay, EJ fell asleep. EJ, okay. I just want to ask.
It looked like he unmuted, then he muted back on.
Yeah. EJ.
Yes, Black Son. Yes, Black Son. Yes.
Hey, how far are you from Birmingham?
Oh man, Birmingham about 2 hours,
That's north, huh?
3 hours.
3 hours. Okay.
Yeah. Why is that?
What you know about Tony Iommi? Just real quick.
I ain't never heard of him. I know about the Voodoo Son. I know about Jimi Hendrix, man. I know about Jimmy.
Okay.
Jimmy grew up in England, bro. Jimmy, most of his
I
things was in
know.
London, bro.
I know.
I don't know about that. I never heard. What songs have he played? Like, what song he played?
Tony Iommi?
Yeah, never heard of him. Where's he from?
Think
He's
of
from
Black Sabbath.
Birmingham.
Think of Black Sabbath.
Black Sabbath. Black Sabbath?
Yes.
Is a white guy?
Yeah.
I mean, think how big that group was.
They was alright. Wait, you saying he's better than Slash from Guns N' Roses? Because that black brother was good, man.
No, Slash was good too. Yo, we got some good
but Slash would give both Jimi Hendrix and Black Sabbath as his influence.
That's true.
Oh,
true. I love it. Ooh, I love it. Ooh, you giving some jewels there, young man.
Black Sabbath is a heavy metal group, right? It's a heavy metal group, right?
Yeah.
Jimmy was like funk rock shit. Like Jimmy was do Jimmy shit.
Look, yeah.
I never heard of him. I have to check it out though. But like, what's his name again?
Tony Iommi.
there is no
That's
heavy metal without Jimmy.
That sound like a Mexican guy. Is he Mexican?
He's Italian.
Oh, he's Italian. Okay, all right.
Hey, let me
I
ask
ain't
you a
never heard
question,
of it.
Blackson.
Okay.
So like you know, he mentioned Slash like Guns N' Roses. That whole like 80s, early. Well, I wouldn't even say early, and I would say late 70s, 80s, like the arena rock. What subgroup would you put that in as far as rock? Like the whole the arena rock style.
When you say arena
They
rock, I
started
mean,
to call it rock and roll.
Well, arena rock, I would say Guns N' Roses.
Van Halen.
Yeah, Van Halen.
Yeah, Van Halen.
Shit, what's another one?
Motley Crue. I
Yeah,
guess.
Motley Crue. Yeah, that would be another one. Yeah, that's what I mean by arena rock.
Okay,
That I mean
okay.
that in terms of genre, like that's what they fall under, like
Right.
mainstream media wise. So
Yeah.
what subgroup would you say that fell under in terms of the type of rock? I mean it's a type of rock on its own, but where where would you say it got birthed from?
So, oh man, this is okay. That's a good
But
question.
they
That's a good
called it,
question.
when I was coming up, they called it rock and roll.
Right.
Everything was rock and roll. That was like the number one thing when I was coming up.
There's a reason why. Dang, I don't want to give away. Damn, y'all gonna make me give away, y'all. Let me just say this.
Yeah. Let's wait till after
Yeah,
we get there.
and the reason I asked that because at the same time when arena rock was going on, you had like your influence of like punk coming around
That's
at that
yep.
same time. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
right. Yep. And you know where punk came from, MD, right?
Where's that?
When Rolling Stones went down to Jamaica and met goddamn Peter Tosh. And
Oh, okay.
that formed a whole nother genre of music. Yeah, that's where a lot of that punk influence came from because a lot of
And,
yardies went to England and that created a
right.
whole new scene.
And that's why I say Jimi Hendrix is so brilliant. He opened
He is.
that door. Like
Yeah, for a
he
lot of
created a
subgroups.
whole new dimension of
Yeah,
music.
Okay.
yeah. Like me, for instance, like the only rock that I can like generally listen to is like the stuff that I heard in high school, like the new wave stuff. You know what I mean? Like
Van Halen.
Deftones and
Okay.
stuff like that. So
Yeah.
Oh, you're talking about ska. That's ska, MD. That's why you
well,
like
well,
that.
well, when I was in school, they called it new wave, like Deftones,
Yeah, that's ska.
Incubus.
Wait, Incubus.
Well, yeah, and then you had
The
had
Mighty
the advent of
Deftones.
hip hop being incorporated in it, like
Yeah.
with groups like Papa Roach and you know what I mean. Like you had that's the era that I come from. I don't know nothing about all
Okay.
that other stuff. You know what I mean? I
Okay.
can
Fair
listen to
enough.
Deftones all day though.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
my band, man.
that's a lot of what they call Jamaican influence right there. So a
Yeah,
lot of
Oh
that,
yeah.
yeah, a
Yeah.
lot of that
Yeah. Big
Jamaican
time.
influence. Yeah. A lot
yeah.
of the yeah,
Deftones was influenced by Tool.
yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah, because you got what was birthed in England was ska. All ska was the Jamaicans that moved from Jamaica to England and then they invented a whole new genre right there. They mixed in uh uh they created a whole new genre right there. So that's a whole
Right.
nother
Right.
yeah,
And then the
genre.
people on the West Coast, they kind of added the rock and roll with the ska.
Yep. Yep.
But man, I listened to All Along the Watchtower just a couple of days
Yeah.
ago.
Brilliant song, man. Man, Jimmy is brilliant, man. Jimmy is a brilliant guy, but like I said, I got an angle. Because I'm counting on Asar to do the same thing Blue did. Go with the mainstream media, go with the
Yeah.
popular opinion, and don't really do the research. That's what I'm counting on Asar to do. Now Asar's listening to this and he's confident. Well, Jimmy, everybody knows Jimmy. Exactly. Everybody
What
don't
about
know Tony
what?
Iommi.
What
Oh, go
about
ahead, Lincoln.
Robert? What about Robert Johnson?
Break it down, baby.
Sold his soul at the crossroads for guitar mastery.
Break it down,
Now
Yankees. Shoot. Don't
now
lie
the
to
brother
the
that
Yeah,
you
that's
suspense.
know,
what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. I was gonna say that as well. Go ahead, break it down.
Robert Johnson. I just know the legend, a little bit of the myth. I don't know the in depth. I had to go look a little bit, but it was it's rumored that the baddest guitarist was Robert Johnson, who traded Soto Legba or at the crossroads for the mastery of the guitar. I think Robert Johnson, Mississippi blues player, baddest guitarist on the land, baby.
Right. See, I would have took that. I would have even took Chuck Berry. I would have went with Chuck Berry.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, I'm like, how do you bypass Chuck Berry for Jimmy as far as influence?
You got to ask the Sar that. I let him. I said, Sar, you can choose first. Once he said Jimmy, I said, okay, I'll take Tony. I'll let him choose first.
And that's the topic, right? Influence, right? Who's the most influential?
Who's the greatest?
The greatest.
Who's the greatest? Oh, okay. Well, then on that note, then I could see Jim, because I mean, you can make an argument for Jimmy being better than Chuck. But as far as influence, no way.
So you're saying Jimmy was a greater influence?
No, I'm saying Chuck was a great.
Oh, Chuck. Oh,
Chuck,
got you.
Yeah.
Okay. Got you. Okay.
Yeah. Chuck was a greater influence, but
hell on everybody.
He didn't do what Jimmy did, though.
Yeah.
What about BB King?
That was actually BB King.
That's another man. That's some good. That's some good people.
Yeah. That was actually Madonna King's choice.
Yeah, because I think that's the thing of what the debates, who's the greatest. I think it's going to be part of what they can make a guitar do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of that is to me is what they're going to make a good, because that's crossing music genre and everything. It's just going to be part of that. I will put in the debate is just who could take a guitar to the next level.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I had a debate in season 2, the greatest era or the greatest decade, and I took the 60s. And imagine all those men played in the 60s that we talk about.
That's right.
That's how dominant the 60s was.
Yeah. I'm not gonna argue with you on that, Nyame. The 60s. Yeah, they not only had great music, they had great cars, great old school muscle cars.
Yeah, and it was a great influence on the 60s, because a lot of those musicians in the 60s were young and were being influenced by people from the earlier generation that was still playing. A lot of them. Like the Beatles and Chuck Berry. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Chuck was still playing.
Chuck was still playing.
Yep.
You had Ray Charles, who came from the 50s. He was still in the 60s.
Yep.
Yeah, you had BB King and you had Eric Clapton.
Oh,
you know
that's
what I mean?
right.
Eric Clapton had started young.
Yep.
Yep.
So yeah. As far as influence, the 60s was it.
Yeah, that's true. Hey, you guys know y'all stuff, man. Hey, I hope Asar is listening. I think Asar know a little something, but he's not gonna expect. I know what like I said, he's gonna ride on Jimmy's name and not really just not really go in depth. I'm about to go in depth, y'all.
Yeah. If he's not looking at this show, he's just gonna go with the mainstream.
And that's gonna be his mistake. If he go with the mainstream, he's done.
Exactly. So me and Blue got our debate set up. Switch streams.
Talk about it, Yanga.
Yeah. Me and Blue, we got our debate set up. Who is it? Our debate is what's better? Is it better for us to be known as Black Hebrews or Black Americans? What's more beneficial, being known as a Black Hebrew or a Black American, Black Israelite or a Black American?
And Blue chose what?
You know what?
I know Blue chose Hebrew.
What you think I chose?
Hebrew. Blue chose Hebrew. You chose American.
MD, you know Blue chose. Blue chose.
Oh man!
Come on, MD. You know you ain't gonna.
Damn!
Shout out to Blue. Oh my gosh.
That ain't dark side like.
That ain't dark side like.
Wow.
Nyame?
No. That's Blue. Blue would definitely. That's definitely Blue right there, choosing Hebrew.
Damn.
No question, without a doubt, that's Blue.
Okay.
I'll put all my money that Blue said Hebrew.
Dang.
Yeah.
That's gonna be good, man. I've been waiting for a
Yeah, it's
Yanga
gonna be
Blue
that's gonna be
debate.
good. That's
It's
gonna
gonna
be a
be
good
good, man.
debate.
Yeah.
It's a challenge for me to a degree.
Yeah,
You
it's
know,
a challenge because there's no real true answer. So
right?
y'all gotta come with it. Y'all just
Yeah,
gotta come with it.
yeah. We just
Yeah.
got to, and it's forcing me to be Captain America. You know, I'm so used to
Yeah,
being,
yeah.
you know,
Oh man.
Yeah.
so it's
Blue
forcing me.
got you on that one.
Yeah, he
See
always
with
does.
blue, I would think he would go for like is it better to be African American than Black American? Because I mean
Yeah,
you could make a distinction, you know what I mean? In
right.
terms of a national perspective. I'm surprised that he
Well,
that he would go for that.
I think one of my things is, like I said, it's going to force me to take a position I'm not used to usually taking. However, it's my one of the directions I'm thinking about going is just reality steeped in escapism. I mean, yeah,
Oh.
romantically, fantastically, all of that shit sounds good, but how long have we been attempting that with despite the obstacles, the pitfalls, the hardships, America has provided and afforded Black people here a certain amount of opportunity, or at the very least, I can't even say illusions, certain tangible gains. You know what I'm saying? Where I
Right.
can't see that we've gained that under the auspice of religion or changing our ethnicity, or you know what I'm saying, with all of these type of things. If you ask me what has been more beneficial, what has been, what as long as we embark on this way, what has proven to be when opposed to that. Now, if you ask me as opposed to different economic systems or something, that's a whole different debate. But as opposed to, and not to be disrespectful, fairy tales for the most part, yeah, I think being Black American far outweighs being Black Muslim, Black Hebrew, or Black anything else.
Actually, Yanga, could I add to that?
Yeah.
No, actually, it would be the same debate depending on like economic. Or you know what? Let me shut up.
You know what?
I,
Y'all do sound like Captain America right now.
you have to be. You
Oh,
I'm
have
a,
to be.
I'm gonna give y'all a shield, a Captain American
Uncle
shield.
Sam.
you hear that, Yanga?
Hey man, I'm looking for an Uncle Sam hat. You know what I'm saying? Hey, nah, man, I no. I wouldn't trade it in for any of those philosophies or theologies. I wouldn't. You know, something else, but not a theology. Not
Yanga, you wouldn't
they
prefer
always was some
gleaming? You wouldn't
huh?
prefer gleaming,
None of
Yanga?
that. Yeah, I don't want to gleam. I don't
You
want to
know,
pick fruits out of the garden. None of that. I don't want to be forced to sit still on the day. None of that. Shit. I think they just started letting people buy beer on Sundays down here in Georgia. I'm sure there's a lot planned that Black folks don't want to go but see the old days. So nah,
oh, that's
nah.
gonna be a good debate
You know what?
already.
Shout out to Blue that he drew you into. He drew you into that debate. I know
Yeah.
he did.
Beautifully, beautifully,
Yanga.
beautifully, beautifully,
But
beautifully.
hey,
I mean, excellent maneuvering because it really is smart. It gets us, he has a little more footing, and
yeah,
it puts me in a ground that is uncomfortable. Uh,
Right.
however, I just my anti-theologist stance as far as governing policy is such that I'm like, yeah, I'll even if I have to do a less of two evils, I'll take that. I'll take that.
right,
You know,
right.
I'll take that. I think it
Yeah.
gives
I
me
think.
enough. It gives me enough to at least put up a battle. It ain't gonna be no Rio Ansar. It ain't gonna be one of
Yeah.
those.
Yeah.
You know,
It's
So
gonna be good just to see what y'all come up with.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
so Yanga, did you say Black Israelite or Israelite American? Is it Black Israelite
Black Israelite. What is more beneficial to be Black Israelite or Black
or Black
American?
American?
Yeah,
Okay, gotcha. So
yeah,
okay, yeah, I can see Blue like taking a more nationalistic stance on in terms of having a governing body that'll be considered our own, and I can see where it can go with it.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I
It's
can see. I
definitely
mean,
a
it's a
versatile.
lot of when you're looking at theory, there's a lot of places you can go with theory. That's why I said
Right.
more or less when we're looking at what has been, but I'm going with tangible material practical.
That's right. That's right.
You know what I'm
So,
saying?
Yanga, are you debating a freestyle? Is that what you're saying? Telling us you're gonna be debating a free? Right.
Basically. And he's gonna be,
He's gonna be
it's gonna give
freestyling
him a
for
lot
you.
of it's gonna give him a lot of leeway. But when we look at the various Israelite theories and histories, the people who have come through proselytizing these versions of it, we still see that as a whole collectively, we haven't made advancements as a people. Whereas American policy, whether you like it or dislike it, and it's such that whether you participate or not, you either reap the rewards or suffer the penalties of it. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So conscious participation would far outweigh putting into another. I think for the black people in America, if we had the two choices, would far outweigh us putting our eggs in the theological basket again, the church, the masjids, the synagogues, the temples, all of those, as far as if only the two choices exist, the policies that we currently are governed by. I think that we would make far more advancements and have way more opportunities. And just the fight that we've seen waged so far for participation in government or participation with civilities in this nation has just shown the advancement we had. The very fact that we're here having this discussion,
Right.
So
Right.
yeah,
Right. And so I see this a classic debate between a materialist and an idealist. Blue will
basically,
represent the idealist. Yeah.
yeah, yep.
Yeah.
Basically, it's exact. Well, not basically. Bingo, ding, ding, ding. Get that man a cigar. That is exactly what
I
it
want a
is.
Cuban. Make it Cuban.
Yeah. Give one of them bootleg Cubans. Absolutely. Not a bootleg and outlaw. Yeah. But that's absolutely what it is. A materialist versus. So I have been forced in Nyame to be put in the side of a materialist. And it's interesting. It's really interesting
Yeah.
because I am the big idealist. I believe that Black nationalism as a philosophy and ideology, separation can and will work for our people if we not, but it is very very ideal based.
Right.
Actually, that gives you a leg up, Yanga, because you know how to argue the ideology.
Yeah,
Does Blue know how to argue the materialistic
materialism.
side?
Right. Right.
So,
Yeah.
because you
It's,
nice with that ideology just as nice as Blue is. So,
yeah, it's good. That's why I say it's gonna be an interesting debate. It's gonna be an interesting debate. So it's gonna be interesting to see how he says is beneficial for Black people.
right,
I mean,
right,
there's a lot
right.
of ways. There's a lot of ways he can come. Nutrition wise, morally, psychologically, and this and that. But there's ways to
But you
combat
don't
that.
have to prescribe because
Yeah,
I'm saying
yeah,
I've been influenced by many religions and not prescribed to any one of them when it comes to
yeah,
dietary. So no, that
yeah,
you can't really use that argument, dietary. And I'm a prime example of that. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Shout out to the Hebrews and the Rastas and the goddamn Seventh Day Adventists that got me on my diet
Hmm.
uh, road to nutrition. But do I follow any of their ideologies outside of nutrition? Hell no.
Right, right. So yeah. It's like I said, it's gonna be interesting.
Oh, and the Muslims too. The Muslims contribute that too. But I don't follow none of the.
Hey guys, before I go, I want to hear MD's viewpoint on the little Kanye discussion. I don't think he ever
Oh
was
yeah.
able to.
Oh, he brought up. In fact, yeah, MD. Go ahead, MD. You brought up Alex Jones too.
Okay. So, if we flash back to Trump's first presidential campaign. So, Ye sincerely went to Trump to try to get something done specifically for Black folks, right? He was sincere at that time. In my belief, I'll say he was sincere about trying to get a program or an agenda put in place, through Trump's campaign to get something done for Black people. We don't know the full details of what happened in their talks. We'll never know until either Trump or Ye like puts it out there. I believe it's a troll because I think everything was set forth from that conversation onward. If you notice, after that conversation, he immediately said that he was campaigning for that election. So you had 2016, 2020, and now he's got the 2024. Now the 2024 kind of got jacked up because if you notice those 2024 hats that he was wearing, he was trying to get those branded under the Balenciaga tag. And now, of course, we know what's up with that. But I believe he's been trolling ever since then. I think maybe he may have took it a little too far. And now, like he's suffering the consequences of it. But as you can see, clearly he don't care. You know what I'm saying? From all the interviews that he's done, from especially the Alex Jones interview. Now, if you notice in the Alex Jones interview, yeah, he said a lot of crazy stuff. But notice the sign language and also some of the other points that Alex Jones was making on the back end of what Kanye was saying. Alex Jones was he was distancing himself from a lot of the statements that Kanye was making. For instance, like the whole Nazi thing, like Alex Jones was quick to say, "Hey, I don't agree with that." You know what I mean?
That's right.
So, and a thing with Alex Jones, when I first started listening to Alex Jones a long time ago, I took him as more as like a libertarian type mind. You know what I mean? Notice the flip these last few years. I don't consider him libertarian anymore. Alex Jones say some crazy shit. Don't get it twisted. He's very conspiratorial. Right. But on the same point, as far as politically, he's always been very libertarian until Trump. You know what I mean? If you go back and look at that interview, a lot of the things that Kanye was saying, like Alex Jones was quick to dismiss himself from the things that Kanye was saying.
He did. Yep.
Another point, Alex Jones was trying to put Kanye in a box as far as like black issues. You know what I'm saying? Kanye, I think Kanye was real smart to wiggle his way out of it. Now, from the outside looking in, you may say, okay, yeah, Kanye, like he don't give a damn about, in the sense of what he's doing right now. Yeah, I don't think like black people are the main focal point. I think he's more interested in, I don't know if you want to say expose will be the right term, but he's more interested in delving in like a lot of these minds of these white people that he's going on interviews with.
Right.
And all, like Alex Jones, for whatever reason, brought up reparations. Kanye didn't initiate that conversation. But I think he was trying to get a specific answer from Kanye, and Kanye didn't give him what he wanted. You know what I mean? Like he said some more crazy stuff. Like Alex Jones and the other guy, they were talking about reparations and talk about these reparations people now. They want to try to impose it on other Americans that didn't have anything to do with it. I don't agree with it because that could have been a great opportunity for Kanye to actually speak facts, but that's not his focus right now.
Right.
His focus is on trolling conservative white people, because I believe that he didn't get the answer that he wanted out of Trump. You know what I'm saying? That, you can look at it how you want to look at it, but I'm looking back to 2016 and how that took place. And how after his talks, he immediately declared his campaign for president. He did it in 16, then he did it in 20, then he did it in 24. So, I think like last week he filed again for 2024. So yeah, it's a troll, man. I don't take anything that he's talking about like serious. You know what I mean? And I think he's trying to live it on the edge and trying to see how far like his toes can go off. You know what I'm saying? But we'll soon see like the real implications of all the stuff that he said. We'll see it soon enough. And that's my take on it.
Man, hey, what are you thinking, Yummy?
Yeah, I understand what he's saying, that how you really can't take him serious. But I still, because I think it's convoluted. I think he got so much going on that you can go both ways. What I hear a lot of the Christian right talk, but at
So
the
you don't
same
think he's
time,
trolling, and Yummy, you don't think he's trolling
if he is, he's believing his own trollisms.
him?
you know,
Okay.
he he believes his own troll activity, and by him being such a Christian, it could be the case. It could be the case because I remember things that I believed as a Christian that was just way out there, but
Right.
I believed them. But it was something that I heard, and I created the political narratives behind it. It wasn't until I got out was I able to recognize, man, that stuff was spaced out. I was believing.
Mm.
Yeah, I can agree with that to a certain extent. I'm not taking away the validity of Kanye calling himself a Christian. I'm not doing that because I truly believe like he's in a view of what we would see Christianity is in the black community. I believe he's a Christian for sure. But
Yeah,
a lot of the things that he's saying, I don't take serious. Like as far as the religious aspect, I don't take serious at all. Just in the sequence in which he's saying it, like they you you talk about humanity in itself and Jesus loving everybody in terms with Nazism. Like no,
yeah,
like yeah, I'm not taking that serious. I don't care how much of a devout Christian you are. I'm not taking it serious.
Right, right.
It's a troll move. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And because he it it's almost like a counter troll move, but because of what the whole anti-Semitic viewpoint that they're trying to put on him, he's trolling them, man. It is what it is, and a true Christian would look at it in bad taste. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, man. That's why I said, like as far as even the Christian aspect, I'm not. It's no way possible that you could take it serious. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna have
yeah,
to agree with MD on that one. And yeah, man, yeah, I think I thought he was trolling from the. That's why I was saying genius, because yeah, man, it was too like MD said. When Alex Jones asked him certain questions, oh, he thought about it. He didn't just jump out there like he already. It was all pre-planned. It would just sound like said sound too much like a troll act. Yeah, just but you know.
yeah. But the people that follow Trump sound exactly it's their talking point.
No, I agree. I mean, to an extent, I do agree with that, but uh, I mean, yeah, it's just man, like I said, it's something that I'm gonna have to go back and watch again. That way after this conversation, I'm gonna look at it again because, like I said, when I initially saw it, I was just like, I was like, the first thing I was relating it to was Ukraine. That's what I was relating it to. But now, listening to you and MD give y'all perspective. I'm looking at it differently now, but uh
I
I
tell you what, if you want more confirmation of it, go back and watch the Tucker Carlson interview,
okay.
and how quick Tucker Carlson was quick to move around a lot of the stuff that Kanye was saying. And Tucker Carlson is the face of conservatism in this country.
Oh,
You
okay.
know what I mean?
I'm gonna
Because
do
Yeah,
that.
that's who the conservatives watch every night, prime
That's
time
right.
TV.
That's right.
So if it was a situation where they were trying to, put Kanye on a grandstand in terms of being the ultimate black conservative, it would have been with that interview. And sure, like Tucker Carlson himself, like you haven't heard anything about it since. You know what I mean?
That's right.
So yeah, it's a troll.
Yeah.
And he's trying to make his rounds through every conservative pundit. Hell, now he's even going to some of the quote unquote conservative grassroots guys. You know what I mean? The underground conservatives he's going to now.
Right.
Yeah.
You don't get no more underground than Alex Jones.
That's true.
You know what I mean? So yeah, he's making his round and he's trying to go through all of them. And all he's doing is putting a situation where he's putting what conservatism is and placing it in a basket to see what it's like to have another side. Now, you could make that same argument for Herschel Walker, though I believe Herschel Walker is just merely a puppet.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like Herschel Walker, he too dumb to come up with something like that. But you could still you could place both of those situations in a basket and analyze both and compare and contrast.
And we still don't know who Herschel Walker handlers are, do we, EJ and MD?
I see. Brian Kemp did campaign for him a couple of nights ago. You remember we were talking? Yeah, he did.
Oh, so then he's not a MAGA.
So he's GOP. GOP all the way. You ain't seen Trump, have you?
No.
Oh yeah. No. Okay. So he's GOP.
Oh, okay. That's okay. Well, man.
Kemp campaigned for him a couple of nights ago.
I'm glad you told me that because I was still wondering. I said, dang. I said, MD brought up a good question. Like, who is his handlers? And you had me wondering about that. Man, thank you for clearing that up.
Hey, y'all, peace. I gotta go. Good talking to y'all.
All right, Nyame, man.
All right, peace, y'all, man.
All right, peace.
Damn.
So Kemp he campaigned for him a couple of nights ago.
Okay,
but,
I'm glad you told me that.
But Tuesday, I don't think it's gonna be enough, man, because they haven't pushed hard enough. So I don't see him winning Tuesday. I don't.
Okay. Damn. Well, didn't they say they were neck and neck? I guess I got the wrong information.
Well, last I checked this morning, I was watching Face the Nation, and they had Warnock up 53.
Oh shit.
Yeah, they had Warnock up 53, and Walker was 48.
Oh shit. Yeah, this is
So what's wrong with Herschel Walker, man? Like, you know what I mean? I know he was good he was a good football player, but why don't people, black people support him? Like, you know what I mean? Like what's he stand for?
Well, I mean, you can look at it from a couple different angles. First, he dumb as a box of rock. In terms of how we look at intelligence. You know what I mean? Most people are have a conversation with Herschel Walker and come out saying that he's dumb as hell. You know what I mean? Second of all, us as a society here in America, we look at any black person that's falling lock and step with the Republican Party and not placing any type of agenda for blacks within it is going to be looked at as a cone. I don't care what you do.
Oh, okay. Well, that's not like George. It's not like George Bush, because once white people looked at George Bush as dumb, he don't know shit, and he became Texas governor and the president. And if you look at Herschel Walker, that means he's a vessel to manipulate. You know what I mean? Like in terms of, there's many people who say they're gonna do things for the black people, but they never did. You know what I mean? And Herschel Walker, he grew up in them things. I think he probably wants to do good, but I don't think he relates to the modern day black person these days. It's how he come across, man. He come across too stern. He come across too hard. But maybe some of that stuff that we kind of like, we really feel like we don't need, but maybe we do need. You know what I mean? I'm the same, because most people, you look at the other governors and stuff like that, and they never do shit. Like, so
Why not Herschel Walker? You know what I mean? I mean, you know, he's been through some shit. I mean, he said some shit the other day about black people didn't agree. He sound like a coon, or maybe he's just playing them. But when he getting up in there, maybe he gonna do some stuff for the black folk. That's what I'm saying. I mean, who's
Well,
he married to? Who's he married to?
I don't think Herschel Walker married right now, is he?
I don't know.
I don't think he is. Like
Has he got kids? He's got
yeah,
kids.
yeah, he got kids. Yeah, he got an ex-wife.
He come across like a good, good Christian guy that does, works hard, his things and stuff like that. I think his values is coming from there, and I think a lot of people can relate to that. But in terms of doing things for the black people, I don't think how many people in power have actually done things for black people. They say they do, but they don't. Roland, what's his name? Roland, whatever his name is, over there pushing, going against Herschel Walker. But it's easy to do that. He was Roland Martin, that's his name. He was going against Ice Cube. He was going to Ice Cube, and Ice Cube went over to Trump and said, "Yo, I think if you get in power, what are you gonna give the black people?" They're like, "Why is he going over there?" I'm like, "Yeah, he going over there because he's worried about who's gonna be in power, and whoever's in power, I want to make sure they give something to the black folk." And now I'm trying to say, if Herschel Walker is in power, what are you gonna give to the black folk? Because at that point, you can hold them accountable. Go, okay, what are you gonna give to the black folk? Well, I'm gonna give this and I'll give that. All right, cool. And if you win, that's what we expect. If you ain't gonna win, we gonna bring it up because the other guys, they always think we just vote them because they black, they preachers and stuff like that. Why not Herschel Walker? And the reason why I say that sometimes is like it's a change. Like you look at Donald Trump, right? When he became the president, he changed the whole landscape of the presidency. These fake robots in there, and Donald Trump was he's a man who don't give a shit. He was the first guy when Hillary Clinton said, "Do you denounce certain things?" He said, "I don't denounce. No, you don't tell me shit." And people said, "Yeah," because President Obama, I don't know, 6 years previously, she made him say about the black priest, "Nah, I ain't nothing to do with him." I was like, "Why you know what I'm saying? Like you got a kill towel to this woman. She's telling you what to," and then on top of that, you recruit her and your stuff. So, certain people like people to stand up. Now, Herschel Walker comes to me as a man, you can't tell him shit. He's a man of his own thing. So, he's harsh, bro. He's harsh, but I mean, I think a lot of time, most of the people, I'm in the UK. When you look at America, we're quick to call a brother coon when we disagree with them. In England, we don't really use that word. We just we look at a black person and go, well, that, his values don't really align with us. But we ain't quick to call him a coon. We're just like, yeah, he's on that side. He's on the white side, but we don't really relate to him. But we still cool with him. Like we don't take it to the extreme where I think America take it to the extreme that we need to condemn and we need to. Nah, it's just like I don't really align with that kind of form of thinking. But Herschel Walker in the modern day thing, obviously you guys would know better than me. I'm like shit. A change would probably be good. Some harsh words and stuff like that would be good. But at the end of the day, as long as you can grow up and black people can get benefits and they can be better off, why not? You know what I mean? Whoever's going to be for and look after the people, that's who you want up there. You know what I mean? And Herschel Walker looks like, to me, he looks like he'll stand up and tell people the truth, as he did in football. You know what I mean? I think his agenda, because he's conservative, that's why people can think. I think you should look for who's the best candidate to look out for the black people, whether they're conservative or liberal or Democrat. That's the way
I mean, I'll say I would agree with that if he was aligned with GOP. You know what I mean?
Who's GOP? Who's GOP?
I mean that's your traditional Republican Party.
Oh, you talking about the people from Texas and that?
Yeah, I'm just talking about like your traditional run-of-the-mill Republican Party. So like
they're not
MAGA.
Yeah,
MAGA. You got MAGA, which is what Trump instituted.
What is that MAGA? I didn't understand them flags. I don't know what is MAGA. What is that?
that's the Make America Great Again Republican.
Oh, that's right. The Reagan.
Right,
Reagan started that. Reagan started that slogan, isn't it?
No. Trump. He coined it. But when he came in and instituted a lot of his policies in his first president's campaign, a lot of the traditional Republicans wasn't rocking with that. You remember the whole drain the swamp and all that stuff. He came in with get down and lay down.
Yeah.
In terms of like conservatism, like he exposed a lot of bull jive when it came to Republican Party, right? So that's all we're talking about when we say MAGA and GOP. GOP is the traditional, like,
Okay.
let's make money Republican. You know
Uh-huh.
what I mean?
Uh-huh. But you see, the thing is, yeah, but yeah. When it comes to alliance with black people, what they gonna give? What they getting black folk though? What we getting though? That's the. I mean, in the end of the day, that's what we always come down. We gonna give black folk because there's so. I see Jesse Jackson. He called Trump the Great White Hope.
Well,
Jesse.
that's the thing though. Like, I think a lot of black political pundits identified that they had a window of opportunity when it came to Trump. That's why you had your Kanye's and your Ice Cubes and your
That's right.
and a lot of your black clergymen coming to Trump because they saw the window of opportunity, because he was all about, hey, look, let's create a new political ideology. Right? The problem was a lot of the black people had to fight with the white supremacists that were getting with Trump as well. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Everyone's, I got you. That's where he does. Yeah, he attracts them. He does attract that as well, but that kind of element where you don't really fuck with. But yeah, it's weird though, because I remember Trump. He used to go to all the boxing events. He hosted a lot of boxing events in the Trump Plaza back in New Jersey. And he had the Miracle football team. Obviously, Herschel Walker played for some of the teams that he on that NFL, whatever. He was trying to rival the NFL at the time. And he's done some certain thing, he like Darryl Strawberry, Rodman, and he had the Apprentice show and stuff like that. And he's done certain things where some black people have thrived in that situation. But the thing what killed me is when he's asked another black man for his passport. That shit to me, just like, yo, what you doing there, bro? That shit, that was it, bro. Like, you asking this for his passport, and Kanye West ain't even. He just completely like brushed that by. Like, he was asking for his passport. He ain't even American, and that them slights to the first black prime minister, they were big slights. And then the reason why he even ran is because a black guy was in it. I don't think if a black guy would have won it, I don't think Trump would have ever ran. I mean, and Kanye West is not really taking that on board. And then saying you like Nazis and say you like Nazis and Jews and you cool with them, and you that kind of thing. It's like you real, even if you're trolling, you're an influencer. The bottom line is you're an influencer. Like, you have millions of people listening to you, young people listening to you, and this kind of what's the word? It's not with great power comes great responsibility. The responsibility to the younger viewers. I mean, they might go, let me go. What's this Nazi thing? Let me go find out what's he talking about. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I'm not saying that's gonna be, but the young kids don't. If they don't, what they know about Nazis? They ain't. I mean, they know about KKK. They might know about that briefly, but more or less, they don't experience that. So you're experiencing a whole new young generation to that shit. With your words over there, man. And it's like, and then they blocked him from Twitter. They blocked him from Twitter. I don't know if they do Instagram and stuff like that. And it's like, you look at these sort of things and these people coming through, and you say to yourself, what are they doing for us? But I don't think anyone, when they get to the top, they all look out for themselves, to be honest with you. I think there's people look like us, but I think anyone's easily corrupted. If you ever see the Lord of the Rings, the moment they put that ring on their finger, they were corrupted, bro. Like, power corrupts everyone. President Obama, Kanye West, everyone, So I think,
right.
Go ahead.
Yeah. No. I was just gonna say, speaking of corruption, like, especially with Blackson, what do you think about the Elon Musk thing? What was that, Saturday night?
Is that to do with the kids and the satanic thing with the kids, right? Is that
well,
stuff?
no. He put out some of the emails and the files that the prior Twitter regime had with the Hunter Biden stuff.
Oh,
saying how they were like blocking accounts and suspending accounts.
Yeah.
And
try to hide it. So that the whole cover up, man. I think MD, and it might be too late for him. It's like, it's almost, well, damn. Let's just say, man. I think
he said it's supposed to be a part 2 coming out. I don't know if it's going to be tomorrow or whatever. He even held a Twitter space about it.
Oh shoot!
Like, yeah, man, I was on. I was like, wow, like, he was saying, you know, a lot of those VPs and a lot of those engineers over there at Twitter were, you know, they were having meetings
Right, right, right.
saying like, yeah, like, you know, the
Yeah,
whole
MB,
quote
we
unquote
already knew that.
misinformation.
Yeah, we already knew that though. We already
Yeah,
knew
yeah,
that. We already knew that, and that's why I try to. I'm trying to school people at the same time with these debates on like don't trust the media. Like it's not what you think, and that's why I did that thing with Blue, man. And I'd be damned if Assad turned around and said the same false narrative. I said, oh my gosh, but I don't know. I mean, I know it's just debates, but at the same time, I want people to kind of get a. I mean, I guess we supposed to be for black people, and this. How does this benefit black people? And then I try to show the message, but people it go right over their heads, man. So I'm just like, damn. So I don't know, man. But as far as Elon, man, we already knew that, man. We already knew that stuff. We already knew fake stream media, man, fake news. We already knew. I can't even mention because YouTube will strike me, but we know some things already, man. You know, we already knew these
yeah,
false narratives. I mean, hell, we can go back to Julian Assange. We can go
yeah.
back there, Edward Snowden, shit.
I guess my whole thing is, man, like what's Elon Musk's angle? You know what I mean? Like what is he trying to get at in
I
terms?
know. I know. Well,
What's
He
that?
trying to each way he's there for hire. Like they control him to tell him who. If you think about the avenue, they tell you who's going to be successful, who they going to tear down. If you're not gonna if you're not gonna play by our rules, we're gonna take you down. That's all it is. It's like people need to know that there's someone out there to control people getting reckless out here on Twitter. That's what it is. That's what it is. And you at least you know you have a face now, and you can say Elon Musk. He's the one who's gonna spot out, sort out what's because he seemed like the Twitter was the wild wild west. There was no authority. It's like
Yeah,
you just come out
yeah,
there.
it was.
Yeah,
Yeah, you just come out there and put whatever you wanted to. YouTube used to be like that as well. I remember YouTube back in the days.
yeah, back in the day.
YouTube back in the days you could respond. You could do respond videos. It was the wild wild west. You could make any damn video on YouTube back at maybe I think it was 20 not 20 not tw- yeah 28 08
18.
07 6,
Yeah,
yeah, like no, even before that 06,
yeah,
YouTube back then you was the wild wild west, and it's like there was no controller. It was like put whatever music video. I mean, that's what Twitter was. So when you got Elon Musk, now you got a face to someone. Some people can say, okay, oh, we don't like this person, and the people need to know there's control. That's what it is. This all happened when the pandemic, when the Trump was affected. People people were affected by this man and that whole. I mean, I don't think a lot of people in America slept properly seeing the White House with the Confederate flag go through. You know what I mean? Go through the White House and stuff like that. They see them push through the law force, the police. They see people getting shot, and in the White House, they're like, "Yo, it's like is this the end of civilization?" Obviously, it wasn't, but it's like Democrats hiding in the chambers and shit because they didn't want to get, and police officers running away from people because the people they expect the enemies with color, yeah, it's okay killing them, but now these people look like average Americans. We can't kill them. Oh, we can't kill them. No, 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 no. We can't kill them. Not they. Yeah, well, and then they were dressed up in army suits and shit. And I mean, Trump had he had the whole racist factions all down there, and they meant business, bro. They meant business, and people saw that. And then you had Trump stirring the whole thing. They said, "Listen, we need to get a grip on this. Put Elon Musk in this. Make sure when these people get out of pocket, block their account. What do they call it? Deplatform is the word. Deplatform them
What?
stuff like. But I like the idea. Alex Jones is them guys. If they're on another platform, they're on another platform where these other people have no control. In fact, I got a channel on that band channel. I got a channel on that band thing over there, just in case YouTube do me. And that's what the technology does. Technology is was meant to be free. It was meant to be an expansion of knowledge to share information. It wasn't supposed to be restricted, but people have used it. With great power comes great responsibility, and
right.
that's what the average person in their mind can't fathom. There's no responsibility. I mean, this shit is the wild wild west. And Elon Musk and these guys, they need someone to know that this shit is controlled. That's my take.
Well, I kind of disagree with that because since Elon Musk bought it out, like it's been more of a free roam type platform. You know what I mean? Ever since, like, yeah, Twitter used to be like wow. You know what I mean?
Yep.
But when woke culture start coming into play, that's where you saw like the militarization of Twitter. You know what I mean?
Yep. Yep.
Like people accounts was getting banned, and
Yep.
like you
I
you
seen them
tweeted
get
out something. It was a rap for your account. Like your account was gone.
gone.
But that's what I'm saying. But that's what I'm trying to say. Like before, that wasn't the case. Like I never seen so much porn. On Twitter there's porn and there's
Oh
all
yeah,
kind of
that's
shit
still
on it.
there. Yeah, that's still
Yeah,
there.
that's what I'm saying. I never when it first opened, that wasn't the case. Like there's porn. I mean, it's like OnlyFans and shit links to OnlyFans and all of this shit. It wasn't like that. But what they're doing, the people, Musk and that, they're trying to dumb it down because they don't want us getting too smart. Black Sun has this show here. For the most of the intelligent people, they're gonna come over. I know, see, and the other shows, they're gonna come over here and listen to some knowledge. But knowledge. If you listen to real good knowledge, the person, their viewership is never going to be that good because YouTube doesn't want it to be that good. They make it purposely, or you call it shadow ban you, to
Yeah.
make sure that this guy, we don't want, and this is what I said about Elon Musk, he makes sure that certain people they want to push, they get the viewership and everyone sees that. The people that don't want to see in YouTube, they shadow ban. That's what I'm
Yep.
saying to you. That's exactly what's going on here. The whole point of anything in life is to be controlled. Even when you used to go to school, the teachers tell you what to say, what to do. If you don't listen, you get you have to sit outside the classroom or you get thing. It's all to do with control. When you're on a platform like Facebook and stuff like that, and then it got to the point where it was the wild west. You could say, do anything, N-word, anything goes, bro. People just let loose. I think I think Twitter now is more restricted. It's much more restricted, and yeah, you can get deplatformed, and there's no one to argue with. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, your shit's gone, and you could have been on Twitter for years, and it's like all of a sudden wiped off. Alex Jones is not the first of being platformed. They did it to Farrakhan for whatever reason, just for the sake of doing it to Farrakhan, and that. And this is what Kanye was talking about. Maybe the people, the people he was talking about, they're the ones who just all of a sudden we're gonna do Farrakhan. What did Farrakhan do? Oh, he did mention some anti-Semitic stuff. Oh yeah, we need to get rid of him. Oh, we need to get rid of him. And now they're just doing that randomly. No, Kanye West, what did he do? I mean, what did he say? What did he say? You know what I mean? You could pick little bits about it, what he said, but it wasn't enough for him to get suspended. Suspended for what? Why? You know what I mean? And there's no one you could argue about this. So I think this is all about control and having a face to point at and say this guy is control. So
Well, I mean that's social media in general. Social media is a guy said it best to me. He said social media is not social anymore. You know what I mean? It's ruled by algorithm now. You know what I mean? Like the algorithm is where the ebbs and flows go in terms of like what's being said. You know what I mean? And the algorithm is not dictated by the people. You know what I'm saying? Right. The algorithm is dictated by whoever's maintaining the platform.
That's right.
And we all know, you know what I mean, like in terms of agenda, like who's maintaining the platform, and it's usually like the liberal machine. You know what I mean? If you say anything about Ukraine, if you say anything about LGBTQ plus ABC 1, 2, 3.
Yep. Or
J6. You know what I mean?
Don't forget J6.
Yeah, if you say anything about January 6th, well, damn, I guess I shouldn't have said that.
You're good.
The COVID one as well.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's where the term the jab came synonymous. You know what I mean?
Yep. That's right.
So yeah, the algorithm rules the world. You know what I mean? Like it's Westworld out here. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, so it, social media, the advent of it was a great thing for everybody. But now that, big tech has basically hypnotized the world, you know what I'm saying, in terms of social media, like they rule it now.
Yep.
Whatever the agenda is at that particular time, if you're on social media, the chances are you're gonna go with it.
What's big tech? What's that?
YouTube, Twitter, Facebook,
Instagram,
Google, like Google in general.
Yep. Oh
But
yeah.
you see them Twitter, TikTok, right? I'm not on TikTok because I always look at it as some kid thing, you know, girls dancing. That's what I was trying to say about the dumbing down. You know, remember Facebook, it was like, you know, to reach family members and people, you know, you
Yeah,
haven't seen for a while and stuff. And
Yeah.
that's why I kind of use it for. But what
yeah.
happens consequently in some of these things is that, what's that?
Nah, my bad. Yeah, yeah, you good.
That consequently, you know, I find it very hard now these days to find intelligent conversation on YouTube. You know what I mean? It's not everything that I gravitate to. You know what I mean? I type something in, and it's like the dumbing down of the information is hard to find that. And the reason specifically is that they've made sure that certain channels are blocked or are not getting the
Yep.
exposure. Like, you know, I put on your channel, I got notification on your channel, right? And I came in my timeline, you know, that yeah, you're making a video about Kanye. I see it. I was like, all right, cool. Let me see what's going on. But how many other people don't get the notification
Right.
sometimes?
Right.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And
Trevor.
you know why? It's because how much money are they putting into their YouTube channel? Because my YouTube channel, I was getting paid because I got over 10,000 subs, right? So
Hmm.
you get your money each month, right? Then they
Yeah.
said they changed the policy about the taxes. They said we have to pay the taxes to America. I said, hell shit, I ain't paying no bloody taxes to America, plus my own taxes. I said, shit, you know, you can have that shit. So I purposely just like turn that shit right off, man. I go, I don't even want no money from y'all. Because it was okay, but what it is that a lot of people have invested thousands of money on their YouTube channel, and then consequently YouTube gives them back the money, and then it makes their channel get visible. So this video right here we're doing, it will be seen quicker around the world than anyone else, and this is with the viewership. That's why some people get a million, because they push the certain criteria of millions. They got the money they put in it, and that's what it is. It's turned into a corporate vessel where it's no longer about you make a video about the subject what everyone's talking about, and then you know, it pops up and goes viral. You know, 10,000, 50,000, whatever, million. You know, it's hard to do that. Why is that?
Yeah.
Because they put certain videos they want to push. You know,
Yep.
it's ridiculous. And the more negativity you do on YouTube is the more views you get. But the positivity videos, they don't get nothing. They don't get
Exactly.
nothing. You barely get any notice. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right, yeah,
real good heart, real good discussions that people can actually say, yeah, you know, I learned a lot from that. Nah,
yeah,
their videos won't go nowhere.
yeah. A
And
lot of videos, man, they don't go viral unless they want them to go viral. You know what I'm
yeah,
Exactly.
saying?
Yep.
yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah, it's all about pushing, you know, a certain narrative.
Yeah, I mean, this
Yeah.
topic what we're talking about is thing, but I don't think YouTube want to push it. I pat yay, and you see the videos they put in, like, you know, the surveys they put in, they push and stuff like that. But you know, when I first came in YouTube, I just covered all the top topics, and because I covered the first top topics, then I got, you know, a lot of people get subscribers. They like my views on it. They like your views on the current topics at hand. But like I said to you, it's and you know, they I don't know how they do it. They shadow ban, they put certain people's channel and they push them, they don't push them. And I remember, again, to me YouTube is an American, but I don't know if it's African American. How many people African American behind the scenes helping push other brother channels, you know? I don't think so, because when I see the most amount of channels, I see a lot of European channels have been pushed. I don't see a lot of brothers channels have been pushed unless they're genetically, unless they're not uh you know, they're not talking about certain things, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's certain
Right.
black brothers they want to push, the others they won't even get no shine. They won't get no shine, you know. Yeah, it's this. Yeah, but you know, it's a real good topic about Kanye West and his whole thing. But I just see the real the similarities between him and Prince. I mean,
Yeah.
it's exactly the same. And Michael Jackson, you did mention that as well. I see the same thing, the same scenario. Whitney Houston, I don't know if she had a problem with her label, but she might have did. I don't know. But you know, the same thing. If I look at Madonna the other day, I see she's a hardcore lesbian now. She knows she's over in the
Yeah.
UK, and she's got two black kids. Both of them are gay. You know, like, they're freaks, man. She lives a real freaky, hedonistic lifestyle.
Yeah.
And yo, ain't no one saying nothing. She got these two black kids. She picked them from Africa and turned the kids freaky. You know, ain't no one said nothing about her and her weirdness. You know, oh my gosh, man. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
Rodman, he got with her, and then all of a sudden he got with Madonna, and then he
Put a
married
dress.
himself.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, and then he blew up. That's what
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Madonna turned him out, man.
Yeah.
Madonna
yeah,
turned him
Absolutely.
out.
yeah. and he turned him out turned him into a freak, and then and this is all why Michael Jordan is trying to be ultra conservative, you know what I'm saying? And Rodman's there with his crazy. I mean, it was an interesting time, you know. And then you had them over on WCW, yeah, Karl Malone over there trying to be cool. It's like, yo, how you trying to be cool when you said about Matt Johnson? I ain't playing Matt Johnson. He got AIDS. Ain't no one ever got over that shit. You know what I'm saying? But you know, it was back in the 90s. It was like it was a different time in the 90s. I think the last time where people were actually free and thing until the 2000s, and when 9/11 happened, when the trade towers, I think everything changed for the worst just after that. I think the control and the victimizations of Muslims started. That's when they started. I mean, black people was always victimized, but I think the victimization of Muslims started. Now we talk about Kanye West. He knows about a lot of things, right? Why didn't he become Muslim? You know what I'm saying? Why are you becoming Christian and Christian values? Because when we think about Christian, we think about Europeans. Now, when we think about Muslims, we think about, you know, Middle East and stuff like that, where they're usually at peace. I mean, Christianity, I mean, as far as I know, bro, they're just war people, man. They'd like all they want to do is go to your country, rape and pillage, and take your resources. That's what
Well, you
Christians
can't.
do.
Yeah, well, you can't think of it in that light when you're Black American, because that's what we are. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So it may be different for you, like in the UK, because you know, like as far as Muslims, they're more. It's a more practical way of life as far as like being in the UK and Black. You know what I mean? Over here, that ain't the case. You know what I mean? Like you know, like being Muslim in America is looked at more of an extremist type. You know what I mean? Like mindset in terms of Nation of Islam or whatever the reason may be. But if you're Black in America, chances are you're gonna be Christian. That's just what it is. You know
Man,
what
that's
I mean?
crazy. That's crazy. Well, you know, that's crazy, bro. That right there is yeah, that's crazy because you know in England, in the UK, you know, the UK they was on that kind of Muslims would kind of get terrorized, but you know they realized Muslim come in all colors. See, the problem is when they did Muslims is that they realized Muslims, there's white Muslims, there's black Muslims. They try to label them and they realized they couldn't Muslims come in all colors like, and then they realized, you know, they couldn't. They tried to Muslims, they all got beards and stuff like that. No, they don't, bro. That's just one region. And you know the racism they try to put on, they can't do that. Now I don't know what's happening in over there in Palestine with the over there with the Jewish, and I heard they're killing a lot of Muslims over there. The Jewish, I don't know about that stuff because they don't really tell me about that stuff. You know what I mean?
They just bombed the strip yesterday again.
Yeah. Well, they killed Muslims.
Well, they bombed the strip. I mean, they bombed people, Palestinians. You know what I mean? Whether they be Muslim or not.
Yeah. That stuff like that, you don't really hear that stuff because you know the UK don't really care none of our business. But you see, this is what I'm saying about you know, that out here, certain people are just, you know, in the world are getting terrorized. But then when it finally finds over here, when there's bombs over here in the UK or anywhere else, everyone's like, why they do that? Why they do that? Because you don't know what they be doing over there. They be terrorizing them countries, taking their resources, taking their land, raping their women, and all kinds of shit, man. All kinds of shit. You know, the Vietnamese, when America went over there, I didn't even know that the Americans over there, they were doing that shit to the Vietnamese, man. You know what I mean? And then I think you had a war with Somalia recently as well. And I think you lost. You lost the war with Somalia. I'm not too sure about that. That's what someone was telling me about. America had a war with a full blown war with Somalia. You lost it, and Americans don't even know you lost it. You know about that?
You know, they don't ever talk about it, but I do remember hearing about that on Democracy Now! And,
Yeah.
yeah,
They tried to
and yeah, I get
invade
the part. Yeah,
Somalia. Somalia beat them. The
yeah,
Somalia
they
beat
brush
the
it.
US.
Yeah, they brush it under the rug. Anytime we lose, they'll brush it under the rug. In fact, they trying to figure out how to brush this damn uh,
The
Ukraine.
Haiti.
Oh,
Well, what about the Haiti joint?
Oh, what
Where
happened
they
in
got the
Haiti?
troops? They got
Go
the
ahead.
troops over there, and now in Haiti, you know, it's a small little civil war going on in Haiti right now.
Oh yeah.
With
What they fight? What they fight over?
Well, it's the government versus the rebels, like per
yeah.
usual. You know what I mean? So, but
Well,
notice how the mainstream media is not talking about that Biden got
no.
troops over there
You see,
in
this
Haiti
is what I'm
right
trying to
now.
say. Yeah, because that's just what I'm trying to say. I mean, and that came into when LeBron said, "How come you ain't asking me about Jerry Jones? You asked me everything." And that just killed it. It's like, yeah, why you ain't asking me about Jerry Jones? And I was like, yeah, why you ask me about Kyrie every minute? Because now you picking and choosing when to bring down people and when to tag them out. And see, he called them out. Now they confused. Now they confused. They don't know what to do. I remember they was after LeBron about his hairline, how he ain't never gonna win no championship. They were doing that shit for the longest. That Michelle Beadle, she was crazy. That crazy Italian woman, she was absolutely crazy. I mean, I don't know where these people with their crazy self are let on TV. I mean, in the UK, we don't even let them mad people on TV with their mad opinions every day, abusing
Right.
people every day. In the UK, we don't have that like that. They tried to do that, but it's not working because the UK, it doesn't. They won't allow excessive bullying on TV. In America, it's allowed. Bullying is encouraged, in fact, until people actually stand up to themselves and say, "Hey, we're not doing it." Because LeBron's actually got himself in a position where you can't actually just come out and just keep terrorizing him and victimizing the way he looks and stuff like that, and that needs to be stopped. I mean, fat shaming or the way someone looks, the way someone's nose is, and Charles Barkley and Kenny Smith. I mean, and Shaquille O'Neal. I mean, the way they came at Kyrie, I was like, yo, this fool. I was like, yo, Shaq. You know what I mean? But he's a law enforcement officer now, isn't it? He's a sheriff, isn't it? So,
Yeah,
oh,
he's sheriff, he honorary sheriff.
Yeah.
yeah, you know why he became a sheriff? Because he used to get pulled over all the time. That's why he became a law officer. They be terrorizing his car every minute, pulling it over. So he goes, look, I'm a sheriff now. You leave me alone. Leave me in
In,
my
in,
family.
in, that, in actuality, he's got the same credentials as Herschel Walker does. Like when he flashed his badge, like Shaq got the same thing.
Oh, Herschel Walker's a sheriff?
Honorary, honorary
Honorary.
deputy. Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh shit. Well, when you got one of them, the police need to leave you alone. They can't be stopping and searching your car no more. I think the reason why they went in it. You can't beat the gang, you might as well join them. I think that's what happened. But hey,
yeah.
so
Good
we
luck
hey,
with that.
yeah, so Blackstone, you were saying you got a debate with the guitarist, right? You was talking about the guitarist with Jimi Hendrix and the other guy. The guy who sold his soul to the devil, that was another guy got up. But the thing is, his music, when I listen to his music, it's like I can't relate. It's a different era. But you see, Jimi Hendrix, shit. Jimi Hendrix shit is like, yeesh. I mean, yo, bro, it's just
I
some
have an
shit.
angle. I have an angle.
Yeah,
That's one
yeah.
thing. If you watch my debates, I always come with angles that
Oh yeah,
niggas
that's
wouldn't suspect.
but it's funny, but when Jimi Hendrix was alive, he wasn't that big, right? Until he died, and then shit blew up, right?
Yeah. He wasn't. He was actually. It was funny because he played over here with the Isley Brothers. Then he
Mm,
went to England. He was trying to build himself up so he can come back to America, but he ended up
yeah.
dying over there in the UK. So but people they he crossed paths with Tony Iommi and Jimmy Page and all these other guys, Eric
Mm,
Clapton and all them. So he brought the English scene. I mean, he contributed a lot to the English scene
mm,
more than he did in America, which is
yeah.
funny. But like I said, I'm gonna come with an angle. Like I said, I'm not taking nothing away from Jimi Hendrix, but however, a lot of people just scream, "Oh, Jimi Hendrix," and don't really know Jimi Hendrix history like they think they do.
Mm.
And I don't think Asar knows enough to put Jimi Hendrix up on a debate. That's what I'm saying.
Are you supposed to do that on Solar Vision on his debate?
Yeah, Solar Vision debate. Yeah, we're debating on January 1st, New Year's
Oh,
Day.
that should be good. Oh, that should be good. I'm
Oh,
looking
you
forward to that.
changed the date to January 1st.
Yeah, because Yanga and Blue are gonna debate on the 25th, and
Okay.
then Scheme and Holly's supposed to have a debate in there somewhere too. So it's booked up for this month. So we had to push it to January because it was so booked up.
Mm.
Oh, okay.
So
Gotcha.
yeah. So I'm Asar, if you listening, man, you got to do your homework because I'm way ahead of you. I'm way ahead. I'm way ahead because you know what. Let me just say this: we were on the phone, me, Asar, and Solar, and we were trying to get a topic, and yeah, man, I said, well, what you know about music and guitars, and then he just, oh, Jimi Hendrix. I said, I got him. He fell right into my trap too, man. I was like, I hope he says Jimi Hendrix. He don't know nothing about Jimmy. He just gonna say it just because people programmed to say Jimmy. You know what I'm saying? Not take nothing away from Jimi Hendrix, but they can't tell you why he's so great. They can't tell you. And for him to do it, he's gonna take them all of December to figure out why they call Jimi Hendrix so great.
But you see, your man, what song? But no one knows what song your man's done, and they have to look it up. Like, what hits has your man's done?
Oh, you mean Tony Iommi?
Yeah, what hits has he done?
War Pigs.
War Pigs.
Yeah, War Pigs.
I'm gonna see. That's it. I'm gonna listen to that War Pig shit. I'm gonna listen to that.
I tell you what. I'm gonna just simplify it for you, EJ. Have you ever heard of Ozzy Osbourne?
Yeah.
Okay, there would be no Ozzy Osbourne without Tony Iommi.
Okay, all right, cool. Ozzy's good, boy. All right, fair enough. Ozzy was good.
So you like Ozzy? Okay, so you've heard Tony Iommi.
In England, in England, Ozzy was the man, bro. In England, yeah.
Okay, so you know about Ozzy, but you never knew about his guitarist.
Nah.
Okay, his guitarist.
Ozzy, when you know about them, Ozzy was the lead guy, innit? Ozzy was the lead guy. That's
he's the lead guy.
Like the UK. Yeah, the lead guy. Yeah, the UK. They always look at
it's funny they say the lead guy, but Tony Iommi was the leader of the band.
Yeah, I didn't know that. Ozzy was the face of the band. When you looked at that group,
he was the face of the band, but a lot of people didn't know that Ozzy got fired from because he was doing too much drugs. He got fired from Black Sabbath.
Yeah.
I always thought that Ozzy was the, you think the singer's the frontman. No, it was Tony. That was Tony Iommi's band. He's the one that kept them in order. He's the one that kept them. If it wasn't for Tony Iommi, there wouldn't be no Ozzy Osbourne. There would be no Black Sabbath.
Yeah, when then people listen to that rock music or whatever, or heavy metal music or whatever, that's the time. Like a lot of Christians feel like listen to that music, spirits come in, the devil. They believe the devil coming into your body and spirit.
Yeah. I mean, it's funny because they said they really didn't have that trouble until they came to America. They said people in England really don't trip about that stuff. They said when they came to America, religious people went nuts. Yeah, they went nuts when it came over here.
Yes.
They're really religious over in the US, but they say in Europe, man, they don't be tripping that stuff, man. They don't be.
Nah. I mean, the mosh pits where the people throw themselves from the stage into the group, that used to go on, but for the most part, it's not usually that violent. You know what I mean? They look extreme, like in Camden Town, they look extreme with the punk hairstyles and the studs and the boots.
Right.
It was just to show that I'm a rebellious person, but not necessarily they were violent people themselves. They just looked scary.
Now you're talking about Johnny Rotten and the Sex Pistols. That's a whole different era right there. You're talking about that era.
Oh, they're just anti-establishment. They didn't like anything.
That's a whole
that would be like punk then, right?
Yeah, that's punk.
That's punk like.
That's
Sex Pistols, like like Billy Idol and stuff like that.
Yeah.
The
Clash, all that. Yeah, that's a whole different period. Yeah, Ozzy and them were actually in the 70s. But they carried over into the 80s. But the Sex Pistols, that whole punk rock, that was they shit. That was
it's funny, right? It's funny that whole 70s into the 80s punk rock and into the 90s, like that shit that got phased out, man. That all that heavy, the big hair and the crazy, they don't do that no more. Like I think it's like what they call it. They the whole era has been wiped out, like he was never there. You know what I mean? Heavy metal was big in the 80s, man. That shit was big, like punk rock scene. Yeah, man, that shit was fucking AC/DC and all that shit. That shit was like.
It's funny because a lot of those bands in England was trying to get over here to the US because the US is where they make their money at.
Oh yeah,
but it was fucked up because a lot of bands got here like Judas Priest, Black Sabbath, and they had all these lawsuits. So that you come here to the US to get your money, but you might leave. We have an old saying here in the US. Go to vacation, end up on probation. You know that saying, right, MD? That was the thing for the rock bands.
Yeah.
They come here, make their money, but they end up somebody. Oh, my wife was listening to Black Sabbath and she killed herself. Lawsuit. Oh, my son.
Right.
That would happen. Oh man, That would happen
Yeah.
all the time in the U.S. Yeah, they were getting lawsuits
I'm
left and right.
England. Yeah, England ain't like that, bro. We all nah, they don't
No,
be
no,
doing
I know
that.
because y'all don't trip it. No, but over here we so money hungry. You know, somebody die and they have a Black Sabbath record. Well, we going after them. Oh, we suing their ass.
Oh
That
yeah.
was that's
Oh, shit.
yeah,
But
yeah. That's
but I think, remember again when they were doing that shit. Trump, Ronald Reagan was running it. Ronald Reagan was running it. Is more conservative, and I think them people were scared. They were scared of that shit. They was like, oh man, all my kids getting into this shit.
yeah,
Well, yeah, yeah. Ronald
The
Reagan
fear,
was going after the music. Yeah, he actually
yeah,
was. He went after
yeah.
a lot of people. You know, they know about like the Two Live Crew and NWA stuff, but he was going after rock too.
yep.
Yeah, he was. But you see, the thing is, yeah, even J. Edgar Hoover and Martin Luther King. It's funny how the establishment scared all the time, and then years later they realize, oh, it wasn't even that bad. But you know, Kanye West. They look at Kanye West. They must. I don't know what Ronald Reagan would think of Kanye West, bro. Because I remember when he said about Bush, he said Bush don't care about black people. I think he said. I thought because it was the war. I think it was the war in Flint, Michigan, or
Yeah.
it was no,
Katrina,
it was
Hurricane Katrina,
it was
whatever.
it was the what's the flooding in where was the point where there
Katrina,
was flood?
Hurricane
Katrina,
Katrina.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
he don't care about black people. So, and I was like, yo, bro, okay, you went from that. Now, where we at now with you, bro? And they say he can run in 2024 or something like that.
Yeah.
He can run. I'm like, run what, bro? Run your nose? Like, ain't no one gonna fight you. Look at you, bro. Like, you got a mask on your face. You got a mask on your face, and you just look like real weak, bro. And you over here, like, yeah, I rode it with Trump. And I'm like, yeah. And the thing is, yeah, when Trump got in, I initially from the UK, I didn't look at Trump as a racist, but with the whole hat, he real started up a real cult in it, a real cult of like obsessed people with him. Make America great. I mean, these guys. I mean, America's got to the point where a lot of people have been hypnotized by the media to just speak stuff out. I don't. Why is America like that? Like where it's like you know. I mean, I'm not saying. I mean, that's what it comes across anyway. It's like you have two parties. America's very it's very cultish, even with the basketball teams, North Carolina, and you have Duke or stuff like that, or the football teams, you know, LSU or whatever, Texas. I think America, how it comes in the UK, especially when you're on my side, you're against my side. Like,
Bro,
why is America
we
so
talking.
cultish?
You from the UK? What about the Premier League, dog?
Nah, they don't. Yeah, but listen to this, right? I'm gonna show you something.
Hell, you can't get
I,
no
I'm,
more
I'm gonna show you.
colors
I'm
than
gonna show
that.
you. I'm
They
gonna
over
show you
there
something.
fighting and
You
killing
can
each
have.
other.
I'm gonna show you something. No, I'm gonna tell you something. You can
The
have
bloke.
two supporters. Listen, you can have two supporters in the same household who support Tottenham and Arsenal, and they banter, but they don't kill each other, bro. It's just banter. They don't
Bro,
get to the
what
point.
the blokes over there doing, man?
They know the violence here was back in the days where they used to like fighting anyway. They'd fight anyway. That the violence they don't do that no more, bro. Like they just do that when they drink. When they drink, there's violence. But when they're not drinking, they're not violent, bro. They're not. It's not. And the rate
Man,
the
Wait,
racism,
those
when are they
videos
not?
I be seeing.
Hey,
huh?
wait, EJ. Well, when are they not drinking at the pub? They always drinking.
Nah, but yeah, but there's root there, but they kind of stop that kind of shit. They kind of crowd it. They don't put so much emphasis on the drink. They kind of emphasis like they want kids and to come with their families. There's more women in the thing. So when there's women, you know, men are not going to fight when there's that many women. So if you look at more football grounds,
Oh,
look at the World Cup. There's women. So there's women. Men are not likely to fight. When there's just pure men. Back in the days, it was all men. It was all men, and your team lost, and it's like, yo, punch this guy over here. Let's start a fight. That's how it used to be, bro. I mean, you could talk. Baseball used to be like that. Baseball used to fight all the time. But anyway, let's go over to America. America, I'm surprised with America. They're very cultish, and you know, with your parties, even like we over here, we have Labor and we have Conservative, right?
like Tories, right?
And they debate in the House of Commons, and they laugh at each other. They curse each other in a certain way, but they actually laugh it off, and they admire each other's banter. Very, you know, they admire each other's wit. But in America, if your wit it gets to the point where I want to kill that guy, it goes beyond wit. It goes like I literally want to shoot this guy, and that's where I feel like America has got to the point where it's gone beyond the point of this banter. It's like you say something. What'd you say again? Say that one more time. I'm gonna end your life. And you know, America's still kind of the wild wild west in that respect. You know what I mean? Where you could say something wrong and you can end up dead. You know, just by something you said. In the UK, I don't think it's like that. Not too much. I mean, it can be, but it's not as bad as America. I mean, you guys walk around with guns at your hip. You know,
I disagree with that, man.
I
Because
don't know,
the stabbing deaths y'all got over there in the UK is alarming, man.
so they say that, but I'll be honest with you, the statistics they say that I think they just say that to sensationals. It's nothing compared. I mean,
Yeah, but
lives.
we can say the same argument though.
We can use that same argument.
You could, but when I look at the rallies and stuff like that, I look at the rallies and I hear some of the people talking in the talk shows. I mean, they really can't stand each other. I mean, I saw Trump tear into the Republican Party, and he talked to them like they were shit, man. Yeah, in the UK, you don't get them. You don't hear that shit. Like he cursing off people's dads and all kinds of shit when he got his nominee. That guy was ruthless, bruh. That was that was some ruthless shit. And you're laughing because you know what I'm saying. And then he made up the MAGA, like you said, the flags. That's what I'm talking about. The cults with the flags, man. That's
I agree with that, but I don't that wasn't like his vision. You know what I mean? That's just something that came into fruition, like on a natural scale. Like I don't believe Trump's original intention was to have what has happened now in terms of what MAGA is today. I don't think that's the case. Now,
what do you think he was then? What do you think his vision was to be?
I think his vision was what he originally said it was to be, to drain the swamp of the rhinos. That's what I think. You know what I mean? Now, unfortunately,
he become the swamp himself. He become polluted himself, though, ain't it?
I don't agree with that. I think he just had people, that was in his camp that saw an opportunity to gain a political base. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, Pence.
That's well, no, Pence. Hell, Pence don't want nothing to do with Trump now.
Yeah, I know that now.
In actuality, Pence is hiding for his safety. Like Pence don't want nothing to do with Trump now.
Yeah, I realize now. Trump's like that. He burns. He has friends, and and then I'm surprised that Rudy Giuliani. He's a crazy man as well. That Rudy Giuliani, he's mad. Like Trump, he moves with some real crazy rich people right now. That Rudy Giuliani, he's crazy. Like these people used to be the mayor of New York. Was it the mayor of New York? Yeah, he was. And his attorney. I'm like, yo, what kind of people? Bro, like I've seen the worst side of America. I think when they try to what's it called again? What's the one the one where when he was a president, they try to what's the word that you guys use to try to get rid of him?
Assassinate?
Nah, not assassinate. They try to
impeach.
Yeah, impeach. Yeah, what's that mean? What was that about? What was that about? And they tried it twice. Like, what's that mean? What's the impeach do?
So impeach, yeah, basically you want to take this MD because I don't.
My bad. I ain't hear the whole question. I was talking to my son. My bad.
Oh, okay. He wanted to know the whole impeachment process, like them trying to impeach Trump, or they impeach Trump, or.
Well, I mean, the impeachment process has to go through the branches. You know what I mean?
That's right.
So you would have an impeachment council that would be both from the House and the Senate. Then you would have to have both the House and the Senate approve it. Now they can approve it, which they did on Trump. They did it on Clinton too.
Yeah.
So you can approve the impeachment and you can be impeached. Like the impeachment can be recognized by both the House and the Senate, but it has to. The last point will have to be from a judiciary standpoint, which would be like the final nail in the coffin. Like the judiciary decision will be the one that will get you up out of there. Like with Nixon. So you can be technically impeached like they did with Trump, but if it doesn't go through the Judiciary Committee, you'll be impeached, but you'll technically still be the president.
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy. Well, because that's what they was up to. And I was like, they wanted him out. They wanted to try to get him out. His whole of his presidency, they was just trying to get him out. And I don't know if he's going to run in 2024.
Well, he's already announced it.
No, he's running.
Yeah, he's
But you know
already
what?
announced.
I tell you right now, he gonna win because he gonna win because that. Listen, on a one-on-one debate, yeah, eh, he's hard to deal with, man. He is a hard man to deal with, bro. And let you know what I mean, like because he is entertaining, and no one's willing to go and say the stuff he says. You know,
Yeah,
and the thing is, he's got more ammo this time coming down the tubes. He knows exactly what he's gonna say. I mean,
I'll say this: if Trump, well, he is running,
mhm,
and chances are he'll get my vote, but I
mhm.
don't think he'll win. The reason
Why?
why is because,
Mhm.
like I said, the rift between the two subgroups in the Republican Party it's too much right now. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? And I think that the GOP they too cunning, man. They're too cunning as far as money and the push that they can get. Me personally, I believe DeSantis is going to be their guy.
okay, if that's the case, then that's not a problem. No, that's still not a problem because he can just become an independent and just be on the
If
ballot.
he become an independent, he definitely ain't gonna
No,
Yeah,
but if he
win.
become an independent, all he needs to do is get into the debates, man. That's what I'm saying. As long as you get enough votes to get into the debates, yo, he gonna crush everyone because these guys are trained puppets. The man Trump, he just you don't even know which way he's going. You just know he's just going. All he does, he got them racist guys, got all the data and all the stuff to say. He goes in on them. He goes in on everyone, bro. And no
I tell
one.
you like this.
Go ahead.
No, I'm saying I'll tell you like this. Usually, it tends to go who's ever got the most money behind the campaign win.
That's what it's
And yeah,
supposed to.
Trump got a lot of money, but he ain't got GOP money.
No,
That's
no,
just
I
what it
agree
is.
that. No, I agree with you. But what I'm saying is that in terms of media push, media appeal, like the dude you're talking about, I don't even know who he is. I ain't never heard of him. I agree that they might make him nominee, but I never heard of him. Like
Yeah,
Trump
I
still.
mean, but yeah, you're not American, so I don't expect you to know, but you'll know come campaign time. You'll know if they
I
want you to know. You'll
but
know.
yeah, that's cool. That's cool. Well, I follow it to a certain extent. Like
You
you said,
didn't
I
know
find it.
who Barack Obama was in 2008, but you found out about him.
I knew who Barack Obama was, man. He was the thing of Chicago. He was the Chicago. He was the Chicago mayor. Was it mayor of Chicago? Whoever it is,
No,
Chicago governor,
he was a senator. No,
senator. There you go.
he wasn't even a senator. He was a congressman, wasn't he, Black Son?
Congress. Yeah, he
Yeah,
was
yeah, he was
congressman. Yeah,
congressman. Yeah.
yep, congressman.
Oh, so what? Chicago don't have a governor. They don't have governors in Chicago.
Yeah, they do, but he was the congressman in Chicago's district of
Yeah.
Illinois in the state.
Mhm.
Oh, in the state of Illinois. Okay, yeah. He came through good, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he came through good. I mean,
Nobody knew who Barack Obama was until that DNC convention.
Yep.
yeah.
Nobody knew.
Yeah. But that's what I was trying to tell you. Like Trump and them guys there. This is what I'm saying. They make when they talk. They have I mean, remember he's got books on how to be successful businessmen. He's got books. He's got TV shows. Ain't none of them still pulling in that rating like that. And remember again, I hear what you're saying about the money, but he makes the ratings, man. Like the numbers, everyone gets paid when Trump goes on TV. The ratings goes up, the subtitles, the talking, the conversation, it all rolls around him. And you see, more than presidency, he's what you call what they call an influencer. When Trump talks, he influences the masses. Now, whether they want him to be president or not, that's another thing. You know what I mean? But I tell you what, though, shit, it'd be hard pressed to him to lose, man. I mean,
Question.
go ahead.
No, I'm sorry. Yeah, finish.
No, that's it. I'm done. Go ahead.
No, I was going to say, quick question, Black Son. Who was running against Bush in 2004 when Barack made that speech? Do you remember?
That was it Kerry?
Yeah,
Kerry?
John Kerry.
John
Yep, you're
Kerry,
right.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh
It was
yeah, John
John
Kerry.
Kerry.
Yeah,
Yeah.
John
Yep.
Kerry. Yeah.
And that's
Thing
when
was
Barack
great.
made that speech at the DNC convention,
That's
right?
right. Yep.
Yep.
That's right. Yep.
Yeah. And what was the other guy? The other guy who died. His daughter. He still got his daughter Megan. His daughter's Megan.
McCain.
Yeah, McCain. He was.
Okay, yeah.
Listen, if anyone was gonna win, that guy. I thought that guy had a good start because he was a very.
McCain ran against Bush in the primary that year.
Yeah.
But before, yeah.
I'm surprised he lost though. He was pretty good. He pretty good. You know what I mean? Katie, he pretty good. He was hardcore though. Shit, that guy was hardcore, man. I mean, he was a Vietnamese vet, boy. Vietnamese POW, innit? Shit.
Actually, it was three. It was Bush, McCain, and Mitt Romney.
Oh
Yep.
yeah, Mitt Romney's a fool, man.
Yeah.
He was a fool, bro. Like
Yeah.
Figgy, Obama dealt with him dirty. Obama dealt
Yeah.
with him dirty. Made him seem incompetent. You know what I'm saying? Funny
Yeah.
enough, though. If
Yeah,
President
because in
Obama,
08, Mitt Romney ran against Barack in the general,
Sure
right?
did. Sure
Yeah.
did. Yep. Yep.
yeah,
Yep.
shit, that
Yep. I
was
remember
funny.
that debate. Damn.
That was funny. So let me ask you, what did Obama do in terms of, okay, for the rest of the world, people love seeing that there was a black guy in power, right? But what did he do in America in terms of anything for African Americans? Did he do anything? I mean,
Not a
people say,
damn thing.
Yeah, not a
really?
damn thing. Mm-mm.
No?
Trump did more for black people than Barack Obama did.
What Trump do?
Shit, what Trump didn't do. Hell, Trump, the HBCUs, allocated more money to the HBCUs. What else did he do?
That's good.
I mean, that alone, that was more than what Barack Obama did. Just the HBCUs. I'm trying. He did
Well,
some other stuff
actually,
together.
he did Jack Johnson, a boxer. He gave him his pardon. Jack Johnson, a boxer who's they made the Mann Act. They said he was supporting women along the lines for prostitution and stuff. They made up a rule when he was heavyweight champion, and they condemned him and stuff like that. And President Trump gave him a pardon. Even 200 years after he died, he gave him a pardon. So that was a good thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Trump
mean, he
pardoned.
pardoned a lot of people,
He
but
pardoned
I
a lot
don't
of
even
black
look
people.
at that as, you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Mm.
Yeah.
I
That's
mean,
what
just economically in general, like that even though that was an American thing, it greatly helped black people, like greatly.
What, the
Like
HBU?
we went from not having jobs at all to the point where now with inflation and everything and post COVID, where hell, you go in a lot of restaurants now and ain't nobody goddamn working.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Man, place shut down. Shit. Shut
Yeah.
down a lot
So
of
from an
places.
economic standpoint, he greatly benefited black people
Oh.
because like the rise in jobs were the greatest since people say Reagan, even though I look at Reagan as still being a
Yeah.
piece of shit, but
Yeah. Yep.
you can't deny the economic influence. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Mhm. So what's Biden doing? What's Biden doing for black people?
Ain't did
Shit, not being able to get to work because the damn gas too high.
Yeah, gas
That's
is
what he
way too
did.
high. Yep. He fucked up the gas prices.
Shit.
That's what he did.
Now that would make me think that Trump would get back in office because of these gas prices. Because people they weren't listening when Trump and Biden were having a debate. Biden said he's going to take subsidies away from the oil, and Trump looked like he's seen a ghost. He said, "You hear that, Pennsylvania? You hear that, Texas?" I don't think people were listening. Now people get it now, so I think Trump has a chance to get back in there. That's just my 2 cents.
I think if he got back in, I think he'd do a better job than he did the first time. I don't think he thought he was going to win. He didn't have the staff. But I think this time, I think the people around him are more dangerous. But he's volatile though. He's a very volatile guy. He makes a lot of threats. And the funny thing, he cool with Putin though. If he was in power, this whole Zelensky shit wouldn't be happening in the Ukraine. I don't think that would be happening, bro. He was like, what's none of America's business? Yo, Russia could do what they want. It's nothing to do with us. I think, you know what I'm saying? I think he would. I think he's that. What's that gonna do with me? America.
I agree with that to a certain extent, but right now, like in terms of the money invested, like it's gonna be hard for any president that wants to back out.
Yeah.
Because to invest, you know what I mean. You're gonna have to come up with another viable solution of it at this point. In order for the U.S. to get out of this situation, it's got to be peace talk. It's got to be something diplomatic to happen. You're not just gonna be able to back out financially. You can't do it. You know what I mean? Because then it's gonna be a black eye to NATO as a whole. You know what I mean?
Well, it's funny because as soon as Trump was left office, the war on certain countries started again. I mean, that's what Biden did. I mean, straight away, like these guys are warmongers, man. They so cool. What you call them? The Democrats. They're warmongers, man. It's like they start some shit. As soon as they get in power, they out here causing wars here and wars there and backing these people and backing that. I think the Democrats, when they get in there, I think they, like you said, they build the infrastructure of the country. They're more because they might be conservative and church bounded, but at least they and I don't think they're pro-abortion either. Like I don't know what's going on with that abortion thing. I'm not too sure what's going on there. Are women allowed to have abortions or not in America? Or that's been stopped?
No, it's still legal. It's just that the funding, they want to cut funding for the
It's
abortion.
up to the
Yeah,
individual states.
yeah.
See, that's fucked
For
up.
federal funding, yeah.
That's it. They're killing babies and shit. See, you know what I'm saying? I mean that was harsh. And also, President Obama, I think he pushed the homosexual agenda, same-sex marriages and stuff like that. I think that came through him, right?
Well, that's the Democratic Party, yeah. That's what the
Yeah,
Democrats.
that's I mean,
That's a
it didn't
Democratic.
matter who was going to be in there. That was going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well,
You got to understand, man. In American politics, it's all about groups, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like what it's all about gaining the vote of certain groups.
Yep.
Oh,
and with black folks, like it's really not gaining anything because we've already been wed to the Democratic parties. You know what I mean?
Exactly. I think we got to break free from the Democrats at this point, man. It's crazy, you know, because it's like they totally ignore that um, Trump had more black votes than Obama. Like that's totally ignored, but that's a fact. It is a fact. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of those black votes are people who voted for Obama and switched over to vote for Trump.
oh shit!
Yeah.
And that's
They
after he
don't
asked
talk,
for his
they don't talk about
passport.
it. Huh?
Man was asking for his passport, man. That was a hard shit, man. Man was saying, I don't know how people could do that when he was asking for President Obama's a passport. I want to see your passport.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that shit was cold, man.
Yeah, it's the Democratic Party for you, though, boy. Shit.
Shit. All right.
Crazy.
Hey, I'm bouncing out of here, man. I'm gonna listen to the rest of the show. Yo, it was good catching up with you guys, man. I'll stay tuned. Thanks very much, guys. Take care.
All right. Appreciate it, EJ.
All right.
Yeah, man. Shit. So you don't think Trump gonna get back in there, MD?
My bad. Give me 1 second. My bad.
Oh, no problem. No problem. No problem. Yeah, man. Well, real quick, while we wait on MD, I'm gonna give a shout out to Yanga, EJ Boxer, Twin, Trevor, Deacon, and Nyame, of course, and Nyame, man. The reason why we here in Nyame. Give a shout out to everybody listening, everybody in the clouds. Yeah. Shoot. And definitely shout out to MD. Oh, shout out.
Yeah, my bad. My bad.
Oh, you good, man. You good. Shoot.
Yeah, what you asking?
I said, you don't think Trump gonna win?
Oh man, I think the political power of the GOP too high, man. I don't see with the bridges that he done burnt. You know what I mean? At this point,
Right.
man, I just don't see it. Now he'll get my vote. He'll get my
Oh, he
vote
getting
because
mine too.
I'm
He definitely getting mine.
confident at this point because, like I said, the bridges that he burnt. I'm confident that if we get a black political agenda, it'll be through him.
Oh, absolutely. Facts.
So I'm confident in when he does start like truly campaigning, which will be like basically next year.
Yep.
We'll see something specifically for us.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, with that, and on top of the fact that the GOP like is totally opposed to him right now, I just don't see it happen. I think, like I said, in my opinion, I think it's going to be DeSantis. I think they're going to try to pull DeSantis out and let him run for president.
Okay.
So it'll be Trump and DeSantis running in the primary.
Okay.
Like I say, I could be wrong. They could pick somebody else.
You're right. I think you're right. Either way, I think Biden's out of here, bro. I think gas prices. He's got to go, man. Saudi Arabia looking at him sideways. We started the war in Ukraine. Come on. I mean, it's basically a proxy war, man. So yeah, man, I don't see
I think as far as like who the GOP gonna run, I think it'll be DeSantis. So it'll basically be GOP DeSantis, and it'll be Trump, like with the whole MAGA thing. You know, they'll run against
Yeah.
each other in the primary.
Okay.
Now, it's a possibility that Trump might win. It all depends on how he campaigns.
Right.
It's a
Right.
possibility that Trump can win the primary
Okay.
if they run DeSantis. It's a possibility that he can run that.
Okay.
The challenge is going to be him going up against Biden again. And you know, like that's going to be, it's going to be tough. I ain't going to front. Like, it's going to be tough
Okay.
just based off of the media alone. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, yeah. I know. Yeah, I know the media stacked, but I mean, well, yeah. I'm just saying these gas prices, though, man. It woke up a lot of people.
Yeah.
A lot of people, bro. And I
Yeah.
mean, shit. They people can't deny it. They can hate Trump all they want, man. They hate Trump, but let them Trump gas prices. So
Yeah. I mean,
yeah,
hell, inflation, period.
yep,
You know
right,
what I'm saying?
yeah,
Inflation, period, man. Like,
yeah, yeah. Food, yeah,
it's tough, man. I'm pretty sure you feeling the effect like everybody else here. You know
yeah,
what I
hell yeah, shoot,
mean?
man.
You
Like
know,
you
hell,
go,
I got three boys in here, man. Hey,
yeah,
shit, man. Just putting groceries in here every week, man. Hell, it's
yeah.
straining me. You know what I mean? So
Tell me about it, brother. Yeah, so
yeah,
and
but
that's
I
why
like I
they
said,
say,
I don't know if that's gonna be enough. Like I said, just from a media aspect, like
right,
how they run their campaigns, I don't know if it's gonna be enough.
okay,
But we'll see. We'll
yeah,
see.
yeah, yeah. We'll see. Well, he's got Trump's definitely got my vote. So yeah, we'll just have to see, man. Shit. Hopefully, man, it'll go in our favor. If not, then damn, because I can't see doing another 4 years of Biden, man. These fucking prices are killing me.
Yeah. Yeah.
They killing me, man. With these probably gas prices, man. We truckers too, bro. God
Yeah.
damn.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
can't.
yeah.
Boy,
I try to ration. You know, what I mean? When I be in my truck, man, I try to ration because you know out there with these truck stops, man, and
yeah. Oh
man,
yeah.
you know these truck
No
stops
way
is high
around
as
it.
hell.
No way around it. No way
Yeah.
around it. Unless you want to
So
starve or bring your own lunch,
yeah,
that shit. Mm-mm.
yeah.
Yeah,
I try to like meal
I
prep and
tried
do
it.
stuff,
I
but
tried that.
sometimes, man, you sometimes it's in like the hours. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
it's
yeah. It
impossible,
just
man.
yeah. It just it don't work. It don't work,
Yeah,
man. I just be realistic with people that just don't work, man. You just gotta fork up the money and get yourself something to eat, bro, because
yeah,
it just don't work. So you can cut down what you're eating, but you gonna eat out somewhere. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah,
So I try to cut down on the gassy foods. That's all I can do. But I'm gonna still be spending my money.
yeah,
I'm gonna cut down on some of the, some of the junk out there. But yeah,
yeah.
yo,
But yeah, that's all I got, man. Black Sun, man. I caught you. I saw the
oh man, I appreciate it.
I put the notification in.
Okay.
Um, I thought you was gonna have this show last night, but I
Um,
get yeah,
I was going to, but then the Yame, he was like, he said, nah, maybe Sunday's better because you got a newborn. So I was like, okay, that's cool. So yeah, we could do a Sunday. And then Nature Mom, she doing her, she gonna perform in about 4 more days at the FIFA. So if you got that FIFA, you'll see Nature Mom performing. And then she'll be back Saturday. So
okay, because yeah,
yeah,
she in Qatar, so yeah, yeah.
yeah, yep, she in Qatar. Yeah, yeah, she's yeah, they man, I'm gonna tell you how much man, that government got too much
That
money.
FIFA blood money. Yeah,
Yeah, man.
yeah,
Like because she was staying in Poland and she had a band there. Do you know the
yeah,
Qatari government paid for all their tickets to come to Qatar? I said, oh, they got stupid money over there, boy.
yeah.
Yep.
Qatar ain't playing, man.
No, they not
They
playing.
basically bought their way into the damn World Cup.
Yeah,
Yeah,
basically.
so
Yep.
yeah,
Yeah.
they bought that. It was
Yep.
like, yeah,
So
y'all got it.
yep. Yep. So yeah, she'll be performing in 4 more days, man. I told her send me the link, so we'll share it here on the arena, man. We'll play it. Shit, we'll play it.
Yeah, that's cool.
So
That's cool.
yeah, yep. So yeah. Like I said, I'll probably be doing a show at Yanga tomorrow, Champions Circle, and then Tuesday I'm gonna do Champions Corner with Trevor, and then Monday, Tuesday, and then yeah, just keep the notification up, man. I'm gonna definitely do Monday and Tuesday, But I gotta get on this debate, man, because I gotta get, yeah, I gotta get this angle just right, so y'all can just get it. If y'all get it like that, I got that debate.
Yeah, I got you, man.
So
Yeah,
I
get
gotta
your
make
stuff
it together.
together, man.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna get it together. It's already together. I just gotta make it palatable for y'all. You know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
number one, I'm taking a high risk bringing a white boy up in there anyway, so it's
Okay.
gotta be good.
Yeah.
I'm bringing a white boy to an all black league and an all debate, so you know he's got to be good
Yeah. Yeah.
against Jimi Hendrix.
Yeah.
So you know, Black Son ain't gonna. I'm not gonna let y'all down, man. I ain't gonna let y'all down. Shit.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna let y'all down. As far as the me and Rio debate, that's gonna be pushed back because they didn't want two Putin debates back to back. So it's still gonna happen. Being pushed further down the road. So it's still
Yeah.
gonna happen because Rio wants that debate, and so do I.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
that's still.
I know you had all your ducks in a row with that one. So
I sure
I
did.
hell, just put them in the drawer for
Oh yeah,
now. I
yeah,
guess.
yeah. I
Yeah,
just put it aside. I said, just tuck it away. It's ready to go. So whenever me and Rio come up, boom, because he already agreed to. I agreed to it. So when it comes, boom. So
yeah,
it's gonna happen. We gonna do that title. So it is what it is on that. But as far as this musical debate, it's something fun. But I'm gonna still beat Asar's ass. But it's gonna be something fun, man. Just something something light, something fun to do, something
yeah.
different. But he's still gonna lose. Trust me. Even with
Gotcha.
Jimi Hendrix, yeah, because I wanted him to grab Jimi Hendrix. I wanted him to because that's easier work for me actually
Yeah.
because Madon Kemet chose BB King, and I said, "Oh shit, now I gotta do research on BB King." And I tried to. He said, "Me, I said, you don't want to do Jimi Hendrix?" Yeah, because actually, this debate between Jimmy and Tony Iommi, it's not an official debate, but a lot of people have been having these discussions in that whole world of guitars and all that
Oh,
stuff.
okay. Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a topic. So I'm actually the first one making an official debate about it and going against Jimi Hendrix. Ain't too many people that go against Jimmy just
Yeah.
because
Yeah. Yeah.
his name
Yeah.
alone brings a lot of weight. But people, if you put them on the spot and ask them, they don't. They just go with the flow.
Yeah.
There's very few people I can count on my hands that really know about Jimi Hendrix, and Asar is not one of them. He's not one of
Yeah.
them.
Yeah.
No, no.
Yeah. Yeah. A lot of people just know about I mean, hell, including me, because I ain't know no, and as far as guitars, I ain't a fluent in that.
Right,
But
because most
I
black
would just
people,
know about I would just know about Jimmy by name alone.
right, because when it comes to guitar rock, black people are if that, just casual listeners. They're not connoisseurs of that type of music anyway. So,
Yeah.
and then looking at guitar,
Well,
it's like,
in the South, the more like people that are affluent as far as the guitar would be more of a like BB King. You know what I
BB
mean?
King,
BB
that's right,
King.
yeah, that's right, yeah,
Like like a Bobby Boubland and stuff like that.
yep, that's right, yep.
But yeah, like as far as like Jimmy, nah, they wouldn't. You know what I'm saying? They'll know the
Yeah.
name, but they wouldn't know the work.
No, no, no. Even where Jimmy's from, they'll know the name. Like a lot of people don't know that Jimmy played for the Isley Brothers. They don't even know that. You know what I'm saying? Asar
Yeah,
might know that, but that's the extent. He's not going to know when he went to England. I guarantee that. He's going to know whatever little bit he did in America, but Jimmy got his name blown up in England, not America.
yeah. That part I do know.
Right.
Yeah, yeah, and I do know
So
like one of his more iconic performances in America would be that Woodstock performance.
true that. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, so
yeah, yeah. But I mean, I could put that up against. There's so many shows that Black Sabbath did when they toured with Zeppelin here in the U.S. as legendary. So I mean, but I'm not even. You know what? I'm not gonna keep saying too much, but y'all gonna see the angle, and once I come with the angle, it's gonna be undeniable.
cool.
It's gonna be undeniable.
How did you get into the to like is Black Sabbath, would you consider Black Sabbath like, I wouldn't consider them death metal.
No, 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 no. They're actually the first prototype of heavy metal.
Okay, so okay, heavy, okay.
Yeah, they
Because you did
came.
say you listen to death though, right?
Yeah, some death metal. I listen to black metal.
Okay, okay.
Death metal. Yes, it's like okay, you got heavy metal, you got thrash metal, speed metal, you got uh death metal, grindcore, and you got black metal. So black metal is like the hardest out of all of them. I like it because it's I used to play bass, and so yeah,
Okay.
that's how I got into a lot of it.
So
I play,
so so is death metal like that's with the growling and all that, right?
yeah, like your Cannibal Corpse, your who else is death metal? Like oh shoot, like yeah, Cannibal Corpse, Cattle Mutilation.
Oh damn.
Yeah. But you got you got some funny names. You got so you probably familiar with like more thrash metal, like your Metallicas, your Slayer.
Yeah, yeah.
That's in the metal world. That's considered old school. That's like the NWA, uh, Easy Ice Cube of the metal world. So your Metallicas, your Slayer, those are considered the old
Yeah,
heads.
old school, yeah.
Yeah, that's old school. Your more modern, I want to say what they call black and death metal. The guys who got the juice now is what they call BMF. BMF. Those guys
Okay.
are those guys are they're pretty good. They're pretty good, but they're not even they're more mainstream. They're not even like the hardcore. Then you got like people like who've been around like Napalm Death. They're pretty intense. And then you got who do you got?
A friend of mine,
Yeah,
he does stage lighting.
yeah.
And right before they got rid of the masquerade, they moved the
That's
masquerade.
great. Yep, they sure did. Yep.
And right before they moved the masquerade, he was doing stage lighting down there. And
Yeah,
I was down there chilling with him, and we was
yeah.
actually at a concert. He was doing stage lighting for it, and it was Mastodon. I don't know if you know.
Oh
They
yeah, I know
they're
Master.
they're,
Yeah,
they're a local band. I mean, they're national, but they're based in Atlanta.
yeah. They're
And
more
that was my first time hearing them. And
they're considered hardcore. Yeah, they're more
yeah,
hardcore. Yeah.
yeah,
They're
Mastodon,
more
and
Macedon. Yep.
he
Yeah,
did.
you got so many genres. It's
Yeah,
yeah, it's so many genres now because you got like New York hardcore, you got California hardcore, then you got like Texas speed metal. It's so many, and then you got the original death metal comes out of Florida. So you got so many genres, and then you got uh what's that band that went from Chicago to Texas? Ministry. Yeah, you got industrial. So it's like, and then you got Europe competing with the genres also because you got so many bands over there. So
okay.
it's so many, man. But just I
Yeah,
like good musicianship.
yeah,
So
yeah. Like I said, the only rock that I could relate to is what I grew up with, as far as like when I was in high school. And then, like I said, they considered that new wave at the time. And like I
okay,
said, that was like your Deftones and your
yeah, yep,
and your System of a Downs and stuff
yeah.
like that.
Yeah, you okay? So what you talking about? That's you talking about? That's I want to say it comes. The stuff you talking about comes from the grunge era. That's the grunge era,
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah. It comes
Nirvana.
directly from the grunge area because,
Yeah, that comes from your
like I
grunge
said,
era.
a lot of those bands were like I said, Deftone was directly influenced by Two, which was grunge.
Yep. That's
You
right.
know what I mean?
Yep.
And then Two, and then Perfect Circle after that.
Yeah.
So
That
yeah,
yeah.
that directly comes from your grunge
hmm
area. You know what I
That's
mean?
right. Yep.
So
See,
yeah,
that's
yeah,
when
yeah,
that's when Seattle was on top of their game. Everything was coming out of Seattle,
yeah,
Seattle,
yeah.
Washington. Yep, that sound right
Yeah,
there.
Seattle with
Yep.
what's the other band names?
You had Soundgarden.
Yeah,
You
you
had
had Sound. What's the other?
Bush.
Alice in Chains.
Oh yeah, Alice in
Yeah,
Chains. Yep,
Alice in Chains. Yeah,
They yeah. Hell, you had so many groups at that time period, man. You talking about the '90s? They really that's a lot of groups came out of that era right
yeah,
there.
yeah.
You know,
So yeah, a lot of the rock that I was not necessarily listening to, but I was being exposed to it
familiar
because
with
it
it.
was
Yes, right. Yep,
in school. Yeah,
yep.
yeah. A lot of those were those new wave bands. You know what I mean? Like I
Yeah.
said,
hmm
you Deftones, System of a Down. Then you had the hip hop incorporated in it with Limp
Yeah.
Bizkit and
That's right.
you know
Yep.
what I mean,
Yeah.
Papa Roach
Yep. Yeah.
and
Now
all
see
them guys.
they got exposed because the WWE used to play a lot of their stuff, like the intro
Yeah,
music. So that's how they blew up. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
yeah, they. Oh yeah, man, yeah. You talking about man? So many,
yeah.
yeah, like yeah. When you look at it,
Early 2000, late
yeah,
90s. You know what I mean? Yep.
yeah. Because in the Undertaker
Your
made.
Rage Against the Machine.
Yep. Limp Bizkit, Undertaker
Yeah.
made them popular. Yep, with his
Oh,
intro. Yep. And
yeah.
then you had like Triple H. He had what's that damn intro? He had he had like Motorhead. That's an older group, but yeah, man. Yeah, that's when it became, like I said, Nirvana made it marketable
Yeah.
for the mainstream. But you had a lot of people slept on, like you had a lot of groups out of LA like Suicidal Tendencies. You had Fishbone. You had hell, even Body Count. I see Body Count. A lot of people don't know about them.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know,
Body Count. Yeah.
yeah, Body Count. Chuck D did a project with Anthrax.
Yeah.
Man, yeah. So in fact, let me before we go, there's a group.
You had some other alternative stuff too, like Gorillas. You had Gorillas coming out of the UK at that time.
Hmm.
Um, shit. Who else, man? Or I'm trying to think around that early 2000 time. Like I said, you had Incubus.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I,
man. It was a lot
that's
of
a
good
lot of them.
bands in those
Yeah.
early. Like I said, I just remember them calling it new wave. I didn't know like what like type of rock it was. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, yeah, that was because, like I said, Nirvana opened up the door for the like a main, because you had like a underground scene, but a lot of it wouldn't get played on the radio. So once Nirvana, boom, hit MTV with that Teen Spirit, whatever it was, it just
Yeah,
opened up the floodgates, and then you just had bands popping out of
yeah,
everywhere, man. It's like if you had a band you put on,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. I remember in that grunge. Like I said, I was younger back then, but I
Hmm.
remember it. Like I said, you
Yeah,
had your Alice in Chains,
yeah.
you
It
had
was everywhere.
Nirvana,
Yep.
you
It was
had
everywhere.
Tool with
Yep,
Sober. That song like
yep.
was getting played everywhere, like in the
Everywhere.
rock. Yeah,
Everywhere. It was everywhere, man. It was so
yeah,
mainstream. It was like you said, but it was the marketable thing. Yeah, it was
yeah,
everywhere. Yeah, yeah. Because they were trying to what the bands were trying to do. Once Nirvana, I think they went like platinum or something. Man, people's
yeah.
eyes opened
Nirvana
up,
got
and
big.
yeah, they got big, and so everybody jumped on that wave, man. Everybody. And it's like,
It got so big. I remember it because it got so big where even with Metallica, what on their
mhm,
album with the Nothing Else Matters, that was a growing song.
was, yep. They
Yeah,
did.
I mean
Oh
they
yeah,
even they said, damn, like we need to make a track. You know what I mean?
you right.
That Nothing Else Matters was a growing song. That wasn't no metal song.
No, they
Yeah,
in fact, they did like 3 albums that were like grungy.
yeah,
Yeah, they did 3 albums. They changed their whole style, and I was like, dang. And people, yeah, Metallica went through so many phases, but yeah, they did go. You right, you recognize that they did go through
yeah.
that
They went through that phase.
they did.
Yeah,
But it paid off because they the richest band in the world, so it
yeah,
paid off.
yeah.
Yeah, it paid off. So
But
yeah.
yeah, Metallica wasn't no joke, man.
Mm-mm.
They transcend. You know what I mean?
I remember they came here to Atlanta. Shit, in the Cobb County. Was it we helped built that thing over there, man. What's the name of that thing in Cobb County? Right next to the damn Brave Stadium. Or is it the Brave Stadium? Yeah, they played there. No, the Sun Trust Center. Yeah.
Talking
We
about
built that.
SunTrust. Well, they changed the name to Truist Park. Yeah,
Oh, okay,
yeah,
okay,
yeah.
okay. Okay. Well, I remember when we built it, Metallica was the first band to play there. I remember that. And I
Okay.
was like, damn, yep. Because yeah, I remember we would man, we were on that project for a whole year. I remember that, man. And
Yeah,
we were hauling dirt out of there, man. It was, oh man, yeah, that man, I still remember that. That's probably one of my biggest projects we did in Atlanta.
yeah.
Well, in Cobb
I just
County.
like because I was an electrician before I started driving trucks.
Okay.
When they first started building that and the football stadium, the
Yep.
Mercedes Benz. Yeah,
Yep.
I had just left.
Oh yeah. See, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Oh, so you remember when they had that thing tied up with that church for a long time too?
yep, I
They
do.
had to, yeah, they had to pay that church off, man, because that church
Yeah,
was a historical landmark, and so they were like, "Yo, how much y'all need, man? Because we need this right here."
yeah,
And they held out, and eventually they took the money, and then they built the stadium, man. But I remember they held up that project for a
yeah,
couple of months. because then them people were holding out. But they were smart because I guess they wanted more money and they gave them
Yeah,
more money.
they had every right to.
Yep. Yeah, they
They
did.
had every right to.
Yeah. Yeah, they held their ground, but I guess the money talks, man. I guess they said, okay, well, we'll come correct, and they said,
Yeah.
no, yeah, they said we're gonna start the project, and man, I'll never forget, man, that was a big project too. Damn, that was a big project.
Yep.
Yeah, that was a big project, man. I remember that because I had a blowout. I'll never forget that shit because they had fucking when you go in there, they had like people. It just nails all over the road, man. And oh god, I remember that shit. Damn, that shit stressed me out. But yeah, damn, 15, man. I
Yeah.
could be talking about this shit all night about contracts, man. Shit.
Nah, it's
Yeah,
all good, man. It's all
yeah,
good.
man.
I'm let yeah. Both of us got to get up, so
Yeah, that's right. That's right, man.
yeah,
Shit. Yeah. But yeah,
it's all good.
we'll be on tomorrow and Tuesday.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, that's cool. I should be there. I should be
Okay.
there.
Cool.
No
Yeah, I'm
problem.
trying to wondering what's going on with this scheme Holly debate. So I don't know. I'm trying to stay abreast on that. So yeah, we'll chop it up, man. We'll chop it
Yeah,
up. But
yeah.
definitely,
Maybe you can get them on the show, man, and get some
yeah, I want
update.
to. Yeah, I want
Yeah,
to. I seen scheme in the chat. So yeah, so but we'll find out what's going on. But yeah, Yang and Blue's definitely going down, and me and Asar is definitely going down. So yeah, me and Yang and we got our debate set. So.
cool.
Yep. So Blue lured Yang into his territory, and I lured Asar into my territory. So yeah,
Right.
Asar
Yeah,
sure tried, man, but I said, no, I ain't going for that, dude. We gonna goddamn play my game. We not doing none of the I call them tabloid debates. We're not doing no tabloid debates. Hell no, we ain't doing that shit.
got you.
Yeah, yeah. If you notice that he'll use tabloid media to damn sensationalize his debates. I'm like, nah, we ain't doing that shit. We're not going there.
Yeah, and it also gives more information to the audience. You know what I mean? Because it's
Yeah,
used a lot of mainstream talking point. So
yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, playing
yeah.
that. Yep.
Well, all
Nope.
right, man. That's cool, man. Like I said, we'll chop it up tomorrow, man. I should be
Yeah, man.
available tomorrow, so we'll see what's what.
Okay, thanks, man. Appreciate
All
you,
right,
ED. All
no
right,
problem, man. Peace to everybody in the chat, man. Peace to you, Black son.
all right. Peace to you. All right, Deacon Twin, we out, y'all. Peace.